Right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final round of Blair Community Cup games. Tonight we are going to see the final matchups out of the castle bracket, which is Chukunu versus Longbowmen, followed by Teutonic Knights versus Berserks. Also with me today, I have several co-casters to make it more interesting. I have Thalion, who's been on a few times and is back again tonight. Um,
Hello.
I have Alpha Grip, who has been playing in these games, so he'll get to give some feedback, and is also streams has some streams of his own. Hold on. Um, has a stream of his own, I should say. So if you're not following him, go and do that. I think what's the last thing you streamed? Was it Darkest Dungeon or
Probably,
was it
probably Elite Dangerous.
was it Elite? I was gonna say it's probably one of those two. Yes, Elite Dangerous. So yeah, drop him a follow, and then later on we'll probably have Southpaw dropping in again. But yeah, and I think he has some announcement stuff, which I am pre-announcing good Age of Empires fashion. But cool.
Announce that announcements are coming.
Exactly, that's the way to do it. It's like that one John Boy's tweet where he announces about the upcoming impending announcement for the trailer of the thing he's maybe going to do.
Yes.
All right. So Chukunu versus Longbowmen is our first set, and we do have a map draft here. In this case, I think by now, whoops, okay, I should do this. We have a map draft, and in
It's
this
like
case,
Inception.
I know, right? It's Mapception. Admin map at this point was just out, and one map was played from each team's draft. So we're going to start on Donut, which was Longbowman's pick. Interesting thing to me about this draft in particular is that Chukunu banned Hun Akare, and that's a map we've seen played almost every single set, and this is the only matchup in the entire tournament where it was actually banned. Uh, so yeah.
That is funny.
But they picked Cape of the Kraken,
They
so
did pick Cape of the Kraken, which was a
I'm
map that
curious
was
about that.
banned almost every other set. Well, not in Castle Age bracket, I guess, but it was banned in a lot of other
Yeah.
sets. And I wonder if they had like a strategy prepared there. Um, but yeah, they also uh banned a lot of the more passive. No, they picked Arenaception. Never mind. Never mind. I read that wrong.
Oh.
I thought they banned Hun Akra and Arenaception. I was like, they did not like the like boomy maps, but I was like, oh no, Arenaception was actually a pick.
Yeah, no. Chukin who likes the boomy
I
maps.
was gonna say I would have been surprised if they banned out the boomy maps, because especially with like civs like Chinese, which we know Parker Potts loves, and Weston I think also enjoys booming. I was really surprised that they would opt for more aggressive maps, but as it is, they did pick Arenaception, so that whole train of thought is superfluous, I guess. But cool. I think we all have the game at second six, so we can switch over in a second, and we'll start in three, two, one, go. All right, and I'll catch up with the overlay as well.
Let the house building begin.
Let the house
Oh,
building begin. All right, so we've seen Donut a couple times by now. We have the stone terrain that you can't build on all around the walls. We have the weird gaps in the tree lines, the two relics per
side.
clearing, I should say. Well, not per side, per player. Each player's little clearing has
Yeah.
two. But yeah. So I don't know. Do each of you two want to go ahead and talk about one of the team's lineups? What you think about it?
Well, we can let Alpha Grip do his own team.
Yeah, there you go. Tell us about
I'm
your
sure you
team.
have
Okay,
thoughts.
so many. Um, yeah. So Northeast in the dark gray, Nimi on the Britons. He did like playing the Britons quite a bit, and I feel he was quite good with getting the archer pressure in early, and then converting that into, well, not a win because we didn't have one at this point, but you know,
The
like
effort.
pressure, more
Yeah.
pressure.
Building off of it.
In
Yeah.
That's right. In the pocket, in the teal Terag on the Huns. Um, not gonna lie, don't know why, like what moved him to pick Huns on this map. Cause when I think of Huns, I'm like kind of more open map, and since this has so many choke points,
Hmm. They do
I wasn't
have
sure what the thing was there.
they have a really strong economy, especially because they don't need to build houses. You save all that wood, and they have really good heavy cavalry. So they are better on open maps with all the like they have really good cav archers, but they actually have really good paladin as well, which is great on this map. I think we saw that I think in 2 or 3 matchups that someone played Huns here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm betting he was just thinking, no houses. Let's do this.
No
Yeah.
houses, maybe paladin.
Easy boom.
No.
Yeah. And then in the south, in the dark blue, it's me, Alpha Group Enjoyer on the Teuton. I kind of picked the Teutons because I was like, oh, I can play flank with the Teutons and then just wall off
No.
and turtle really hard because that's easy to do with the
Yeah.
Teutons. And then you can see I started placing a wall and was like, wait a second, there's a gap in the wall. I see, you can't build
They
over it.
lied to us.
So
Yeah.
Plus,
I
you
did,
got the gaps all the way through.
Yeah, although
yeah, I did not notice. There are
this
multiple
oh
gaps
there
in
are,
those
yeah.
trees, and I didn't notice until later.
Of like
So
I think like a line through here, yeah. It's so hard to
yeah,
tell if you don't have like a small tree mod or something to
Oh,
and a
yeah.
grid mod.
so
I
I
mean,
had a thought about it, but it didn't really work out the way I expected, honestly.
bummer. Oh. Next to Alpha Grip, we have Parker Potts as the Huns. So we've got two Huns going against each other here. And you got to know that the Chukanu are hoping for a better donut match. A little redemption there. They had a rough donut last time they played it. Um, but as the Huns, she's got her cavalry archers and, as you mentioned, her paladin ready to build up and try to go to town with those. Her poor elephant, so far away from the town center. And then in the center, we've got West Dawn um, as the Hindustanis. Were they the ones that get the bonus with the relics? Or was that a
No,
different H?
that's
No,
Lithuanians.
Lithuanians. Um,
Hindustanis are a
those are
camel civ. They have really strong
camels.
camels, and their hand
Yeah.
cannons get extra range. So they're really
Which,
good
if she
against
can get
infantry.
there, I'm sure that will be nice. You can shoot over the trees at your enemies. And then up in the north, we've got Gunflinger as the Goths, infantry heavy civ that can pour out dudes like crazy if you can get there. So I bet that's what he's going for there. And
Yeah,
so
it is interesting to me. I don't know in Castle Bracket how far ahead you guys planned in each of your sets in terms of civs. But like Hindustanis is one that we've seen a lot on hill forts, which I guess to be fair, hill forts is a longbow map, and so if Chukanu get to pick the next
is
map, they
West Dawn
don't need to
housed? Is
save.
that what that means?
Yeah,
Ooh, West Dawn got
that
housed.
blinking is housed. Mark that off the bingo. Housed.
like wait,
Happens,
what does that
and I
mean?
think we can also mark off a villager dying to a boar, as Terek is a KD of 0 and is unfortunate.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's always
Hindustanis is a
fun.
civ that we saw a lot on hill forts, and hill forts is in the
Mm-hmm.
draft here. But I guess since Chukanug get to pick the next map, they can just not go hill forts. But yeah, see that Alpha Grip kind of opting for the house wall off, and that is kind of the other option is to kind of place a house wall along the outside, which kind of gives yourself a safe pocket base, and kind of, I mean, they can still go through to your pocket player, but it's a long way around. I think we
Kind of
saw
at
some
least
players.
directs any attacks.
Yeah, we saw that happen in a few games where players kind of started or at least went halfway, or like walled off. I think we saw Wazell actually just wall from his TC up to the wood line, so it created a little pocket
Yep.
inside his base that pressure was coming into, but couldn't go much further beyond that. But lots of players on their way up to Feudal Age right now.
Everybody except for West Dawn went to the outside wood line. It's interesting to me. West Dawn went to the inside wood line.
Yeah, although Tereg is also inside. He has 2 wood
Oh,
lines.
true, yeah.
So the pocket players went inside, and everyone else went toward the back.
Which makes sense
Or-
because as a flank player, if you're inside, your wood line is easier for enemy to get to, and it's a little safer on the outside. Whereas if you're in the pocket, you can just go for whatever is closer, more convenient.
On the other hand, on the outside wood lines here, you've got that road that you can't build over, so that you couldn't like
That is true.
wall yourself in or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
if
Tarak
you
now also up to feudal age. Kind of a bit of a delay there, I think, because of losing the villager, probably. But on the way. Also has a mill here placed for the hunt, so she might be able to catch up on some of that food count. And Gunslinger, a little colony around the road coming up here, a little suburb.
Barracks and archery range coming up from Nimi.
Ooh, all right. So looking for some early archer pressure, yeah. And
yeah.
that is good. You definitely want to disrupt the Goths
So-
player a bit. Don't let them to just boom up for
and then
free.
the blacksmith, so we can get this upgrades. So
Yeah, and hold on. The resources looking. Okay. He's got decent food,
Alright.
so even with archer production, I think he might need. No, he's got 4 on gold. Might need a bit more on gold. But can send some archers forward and make his way up to castle behind. Very nice for him at the moment. And a nice little kind of building pocket he's creating for himself. As we see the double outside wood line for Parker Potts and a blacksmith. So I guess castle, straight fast castle from her.
yeah,
Same for Gumflinger as we see a blacksmith come up.
and I betcha Weston will do the same thing.
So this is a window of
People love
opportunity
going fast castle.
for
I've noticed.
yeah, Alpha Group, who's also dropping a barracks. The flanks for longbowmen have the opportunity for a lot of pressure here, as even if they just disrupt, there's just no military from Chukanu, and also okay, we do have a barracks coming up now from Parker Potts, so she'll be able to defend herself. But the initial health trade won by Alpha Group's scout there.
Whack. Okay, I'll go back.
I
Deliver a
did that
few.
a few times
Yeah.
where I just run my scout and do one hit and run back out.
Well, and there's 2 other scouts here that could run in as well and just finish that one off to put you up a bit, but looks like it'll be just some calm booming for the moment. Start the match off laxly. All right, we got a stable for Parker Potts coming up, so maybe looking to add in some scouts.
I bet it's not scouts. I bet she's gonna go camels.
With Huns?
Or not camels. Not camels. Wrong one.
Knights.
She's gonna go full knights
Okay.
cavalry. And I say that as she pops a scout out. Okay.
It is
She
it
is
still
doing
feudal.
something different than I was expecting.
Got the new strats rolling. On the other side, though, we got Nimi moving out with some archers here, moving forward. Gumflinger does have a barracks up by now, but against archers, that's not going to be great, so he needs to get a building
That
up.
poor scout just sits there. Here's the archers. Just take him down.
Absolutely annihilated. And these are archers with fletching and the first armor as well, so they'll be rough to deal with and can easily micro down. Nope, never mind. He decides to stay defensive for now. I'd really like to see him move forward. Not necessarily
It
to the
could wreak
TC, but
havoc on that
you
wood
got
line.
those mills, the wood line. There's so much, and he does move out again.
And
as you can
oh
see,
man, Gunflinger's got like 3 villagers just standing there.
yeah, barracks is under attack. He'll have to. I mean, Nimi will have to micro bit against
Not the
this infantry,
barracks.
but all right. On the other side, we have
Spearmen.
spears out from Alpha Group, which is absolutely the correct play against scouts. I don't know. Had you seen the second scout at this point?
No.
Okay, so this was
I
just
was
a.
just preventative.
That's fair. You can almost never go wrong by adding 1 or 2 spears. And yeah, the archer moving forward, find a villager kill, and idle all the food economy from Gunflinger. Need a little bit of micro here. Don't let this infantry.
They're just
All right.
no
they'll
idea
just
where those
retreat.
archers are going.
Well, if they retreat, they're fine. You just you could here you go. Get in some
Ooh.
few hits, but as long as you keep them your own archers alive, the rest. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Snipe one of the
Down goes the
spears.
spearman. Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Parker made that other scout because Alpha Grip kept in whacking. Because that constant run in and smack him.
All right, archer
So
range
sweet.
coming down for Gunflinger to defend himself. In the pocket, we have Weston going for a
Three
lot of
barracks.
production buildings. We have two
Sorry,
barracks.
Ooh,
We have,
Three stables.
yeah, 3 stables
barracks.
and an archer range coming up. So big plans, big plans. And
Yeah.
trade being set up early here. As we have Terag and Alpha Group with some trade carts on the field.
Doopity. Gotta go around the blacksmith to get to the market.
And to be fair, there's not a lot of gold on this map, right? There's like, I think about 10,000 gold in each player's base plus 2 relics, and that's it.
36. Where's that?
Alright,
Archer's still menacing Gunflinger.
yep, find, oh no, I think that's Man at Arms. Yeah, again, once again, idling the eco, and I mean, well, Gunflinger can click up by now. He has the resources for it. In fact, I think most players do. Or
Does he
very
have the
close.
concentration to do so?
I think
That
that's
is
where
the
it is. Now, we
question.
do have a lot of players on the way up already, actually. Terag just clicked up. Nimi's there already, so he might be going for crossbow pretty soon here. Weston.
Now, if Nimi finds that wood line, he's gonna go to town. But I don't think he's found it yet.
No.
So far, he just keeps coming toward the TC and then backing off.
Yeah, no, he hasn't seen that. He sees the market and the houses in the north, but nothing, not like the 4 houses in the wood line. So safe for now, but crossbow is coming in for him, and that'll make this much more difficult to deal with. And he's going for TC's number 2 and 3. So he'll have a good eco behind this as well. And the crossbows are coming in, and I think they will find the wood line now. Yep, and this
Yeah.
is going to be an absolute disaster for Gunflinger.
It's gonna hurt.
Does have
But skirmishers
skirms.
pop out.
No, these skirms
But
do
do
not
they have
have
the
armor. They
range?
do not have fletching. These are Briton crossbows, so they have even more range. And second range and armor is coming in. Gunflinger will, I mean,
But-
Nimi will
But
still
it's enough.
choose to retreat, and it is a lot of skirms, even if they're not elite or anything.
Enough to be
it's-
intimidating.
While you're trying to boom as well, you know.
Yeah.
Which Nimi's got 2 TCs being dropped. We've got Weston with a couple of. She's on 3 TCs now. So
But
looks
eco
like
advantage,
everyone else is still on 1.
Yeah, eco advantage is by a couple villagers for longbowmen, and especially if you compare Nimi and Gunflinger, Nimi's up 40 villagers to 30, so he's found damage.
Yeah.
So I think he is fine to say, all right, I'm going to focus on my eco, make sure that's running smoothly, and not lose my crossbows in the meantime while I'm distracted. As we have a lot of barracks from Alpha Group.
What was your plan there with all your
I'm gonna
barrack upon
say
barrack upon barrack?
pikes,
Pikemen.
given what I'm
Pikes,
seeing.
building pikes.
Yeah,
Just
and
plug the gap and make sure they can't come through.
to be fair, against Huns, pikes is a great option because they're almost definitely going to go cavalry. Hey Maz, how's it going?
And Teutonic Cav is or Teutonic pikemen. I'm just gonna call them spikemen because whatever level they're at, they're not to be sneezed at. They're good guys.
They're
Quite
great,
useful.
They're great guys. Yeah, I don't think they get any inherent bonuses. Hey Southpaw. But they're quite decent, and the numbers are definitely there. So these scouts, if they try to run into it, they're not going to be long for this world. And we have lots of TCs being dropped here.
I mean, the spikes have saved my hide a few times, so I am in favor of them.
All right, Alpha Grip actually going
Let's
to
see
push
here.
forward with these, and those are some dead scouts.
And those scouts go down. What else will they find?
Well, they might find
See,
the
Parker doesn't have a whole
stone.
lot, but she's up to castle, so she's probably aiming to drop some TCs now. And
Well, actually,
some
might
other
even
stuff,
go for
but-
some castles.
or
She has 1,300
castles.
stone in the bank.
then, yeah, that's a solid thing too. Oh,
Yep. Pikes
and
coming in for her as well. So we might have a pointy boy war here. In which
pointy
case,
boys.
yeah,
The
In which-
man at arms length war.
Yeah,
Sorty
exactly.
boys.
However, in that case,
Spiky
this
guys.
actually kind of advantage Chukunu if Weston goes hand cannons.
Oh,
On the other side, though,
archers moving in
ooh, and scouts added
with
in now
light
to
cap.
clear up these skirms, push them back, and we have actually a bunch more scouts from Terak here, so
Huh.
a lot of pressure potential coming forward. I do want to see the
Come on,
scouts
take
in
him,
front of the crossbows.
take him down, take him down, chase him off, boys.
Keep them going.
See, I'm a little torn on which team to root for here because like, Parker Potts and Alpha Grip have both been on my team. I mean, oh, that castle and those four
Yeah.
guys and all those spikemen coming at them.
And
Parker's
that's
trying to
going to be a
build a
denied
castle and oh, that's rough.
One villager
Run,
goes
boys,
down.
run.
And that's some lost stone. On the other side, the scouts from
Ouch,
Terag
is
are
she
now
gonna
moving
delete
out.
it?
Already cleared up some
Oh.
skirms from Weston, and
Weston
Dumfringer's
has
in
plunked a
trouble.
castle on the backside of Parker Potts' base. See if she can get over there to build it.
Ooh, Alpha Grip going forward
Okay.
and stealing the relic from Parker Potts.
Relic thief!
As Heated Shot is coming in. That's not going to do a whole lot for you on this map. Remember, Heated Shot only increases damage against Navy.
Listen, I gotta put up my society score somehow, you know?
Understandable. That is one way to win the game. Alright, double defensive castles coming up here now from Parker Potts and Weston. And more tower
Up
upgrades
north,
coming in.
the raid's been
If I were Parker, I probably would put it more closer to the gold, but I also get why she put it there.
Yeah, Gumflinger's in a lot of trouble though. The scouts are all over raiding. He's losing a lot of villagers to this. He does have a TC on his wood line at least now, which will defend those. Clef
That
Spirit
one's the
needs a mic
safest
boost.
spot.
Hey Clef, move closer to your mic.
okay, fine.
Alright. But still, that's a lot of damage. Now these scouts will go down to the TC. Nope, they get pulled away.
We've got camels coming in from Weston now.
Yep, and the camels will do solidly against the scouts. There are a fair number of crossbows here though, which do quite well against camels, especially camels with only the first armor upgrade. So if Nimi is tracking this, he has, well, maybe not take the fight under the TC. That might actually get the cleared up. But we'll find some damage against the camels. Nice little micro there, and is sniping them down.
Good job moving away.
So I think these crossbows will get cleared up, but so will, I think the camels will be almost gone or even completely gone.
Yeah. But at least she saved her teammate from utter annihilation there. That would
is
have
true.
been
But
very
Nimi has
sad.
another wave of army on the way already. And Teuton Castle coming down here to defend, and it looks like Alpha Grip has decided to plug all these holes in the wood line. Or at least the ones that have been found so far. Razorine, camels take out some more scouts.
One scout just running around still in Gumflinger.
Well, there's a couple
Hacking
of
at villagers.
No,
there's the
a
one that's
scout.
hacking at
Yeah.
villagers,
Guys,
and then the
two
ones that are
TC,
just
let's
hacking
see
at
it.
trees. So
Scout.
Oh no.
Well, there's
The
definitely
camels.
scouts that died to this TC already because they were working away at the TC for a while. That's definitely off the bingo sheet.
I have the same bingo sheet that I've had, and I'm like trying to see if I can get the full blackout on mine, but I don't
Ooh.
think I will.
What are you missing?
Well, I don't think we're gonna see 5+ monks from one player.
Oh, yeah, our main candidates for that already.
Yeah.
We have 2 monks right now. We have one from Weston and one from Alpha Group. And
I think
ooh,
it's kind of
okay.
strange that more people don't just like build a monastery if you have 2 free relics, you know?
Yes, that is in this case definitely worth doing, especially since there's so little late gold. Grabbing those as early as possible, and in some cases even stealing your enemy's relics is definitely nice for that passive income.
Hike war going on in this between Alpha Grip and Parker Potts.
Yep. However,
Dude.
Alpha Grip can always disengage, move back under his tower and castle. And Parker Potts can't push that. And her own castle and her allies' castle are pretty far back. She is adding in Well, has added in some Tarkans.
Arkans.
Those won't do great against the pikes, but it looks like he's going for the militia line now, and infantry does beat pikemen. However, in the north, we have two big armies, 25 crossbows, 14 scouts, 10 knights, 6 pikes, against 6
And
camels, and those camels are
5,
gone.
4, 3, 2.
Alright, never mind.
2
Two of the camels
camels.
are still here. But a forward castle being set now from Terag to cement
Oh,
this position.
no camels.
There go the camels, and the knights and scouts are in.
I admit that if I were Gunflinger, just based on my playstyle, I probably would have taken a horde of villagers by now and been like ensconced behind West Dawn. I mean, not
This-
completely abandoned the main base, but
Looks like he's running some villagers back, potentially for that, as some more camels from Weston come here to arrive, and those will at least hold off the scouts. There are a lot of knights here and the crossbows,
Second
and
castle.
I really like the steady push forward here, dropping the forward castle, securing your position inside Gunflinger's pocket so you can take this over slowly. And yeah, knights
Ooh,
coming,
castles.
pulling back, dragging the camels into the crossbows, which the camels have to disengage. Nice move there, and Imperial Age coming in from Nimi as well.
oh, another castle. Man, they're saying this is our base now. You
Yep.
can leave.
And, ooh, nice little maneuver to try and loop the camel around. Unfortunately, they loop into the crossbows, and a lot of these camels are weakened. Now, might get some damage on these villagers. Nope, but the first castle's up, and that should protect Terag's villagers.
Yep.
Yeah, this is looking
That's
good for
nice
long
having
run.
the spacing for the castles is
Mhm.
great because you've got one castle go up and then it defends the next and
Yes.
defends the next.
I
and
do agree with Southpaw a bit forward would be fine. I think the first one is good, but then the second one, instead of placing it beside, place it slightly further forward. So you're not just setting up a line of castle on the edge here, which is nice defensively, but aggressively, if you pushed these castles forward a little bit each time, the last one could already be ranging this TC.
Parker's
Through
trying to
that.
push in through the gap.
Ooh, that's
But
a lot
it's,
of infantry.
Double castle fire.
It's double.
Castle and tower
It's castle and tower
Oh.
fire, and there's Teutonic Knights here, and Teutonic Knights will absolutely rip through infantry. Nice to see some of the Cape boys out on the field. Oh, and a monk healing behind as well. So yeah, this push unfortunately is going to go nowhere for Parker Potts. Nice defense there from Alpha Grip.
She needs to get some siege and smash the castle and the tower before she gets very far.
And the push north is still on, and we see a lot of archer ranges dropped from Nimi. So it looks like the plan is to go Arbs here.
You gotta pretty
Just-
consider it.
Swallow that base hole.
Yeah, we do have Weston is massing up camels in the back, and if she can get up to Imperial Age, for which she needs a few more farms, she has a lot of wood that she can invest into that. Hindustani camels do get a lot of upgrades. They are pretty good. Heavy camel, Imperial camels do actually decently well against archers. However, these are Briton archers. Yemen is on the way, which will give them additional range and additional damage. Bracers on the way. Conscription. I'm gonna guess we're gonna see Arbalest pretty soon as well. And now Terag is placing another castle and moving it slightly forward and kind of starting to cut Gunflinger's base in half, who, yeah, is kind of forced to just evacuate at this point.
Yeah, now he's taking the whole crew and abandoning. Maybe he's not even waiting for him to abandon ship. He's already plunked a mining camp on the opposite side of the base by the gold.
Yep.
It's just like, meh, it's mine.
He feels confident. This is my base now. I hope you enjoyed it. We do have Imperial Age coming in from Alpha Grip now as well in the second castle.
Wow, just that arc of all those crossbowmen just beep,
Yeah.
taking down villagers.
Yeah, and at this point the cavalry will dive this TC and take it out.
39 crossbowmen.
Yep.
So,
And they'll actually get a couple more Vil snipes. Now, Weston is kind of walled off, has a defensive castle here, so the crossbows can't push that right now, but Trebs are queued and on the way. And we might even
They
see
can outrange our
Warwolf.
castle.
They can outrange a castle because there's no range upgrades on the castle. No fletching or nothing. So right now the castle has a range of
Not enough.
8. And the
It has a range of
crossbows
not
have
enough.
a range of 11. So yeah, right now even the crossbows could take out this castle, which is kind of wild. I mean, it
Crazy.
would take them some time. They wouldn't
Take
do a
them a
lot of
while.
damage, but they could. However, Treb is on the way, more in queue. Curious to see whether we see Warwolf for that extra AoE damage.
Weston's on our way up to him.
That's
potentially.
right. And she does have a massive camels now, 45 camels. But I think against this army it's not enough. Well, 18 knights, 17. If she gets her upgrades in and catches a good timing, takes a good fight, she might be able to clear this. However, Arbalest is coming in, and that's going to make it much more difficult. I
We've
think.
got Weston with a TC
Ooh.
on Parker Potts Gold.
And we have petards coming out. 15 petards in the
Petards!
queue.
Who's
And
got the petards?
we haven't seen it in a long time. Rams. Terag. So,
The Ram.
yeah, longbow adding in siege, which is excellent. That is the next step for them to kind of break these castles.
Yep.
Weston, though, is trying to take this fight under her own castle, which will definitely help, in which case these camels should win, and is repairing the castle. And since only
Out again as well.
one of these tribes is currently working away, ooh, yes, fight in the south. However, now the Tarkin and infantry will run into, what is this? Mostly Teutonic Knights.
Oh,
And Castle Fire and Keep by now.
bad fight.
I don't think Chronolations is in. No. Okay. But the
She's trying
castle
to find a
constraint-
gap.
Ooh.
Ooh.
However, there's even a Mangonel here finding
Mangonel.
some nice shots. Yeah, and ooh,
Who's trying-
we're up to 3 monks. We're up to 3
Three
monks.
and 2 more.
I was like, I see 3
more in
monks.
queue. It's happening.
What?
Everybody,
What?
stay calm. It's happening.
Do I have a chance at a blackout after all? Were you hiding this from me, Alpha Group, when I said that?
That is the main reason to play in this tournament.
Uh,
All right, in the north.
Come on, Parker, get some.
Ooh, we have
Get some siege.
Tarkin's here just clearing up all these buildings, but yeah, this castle's been taken out. Now the question is, does the game go long enough for all these 5 monks to be out on the field? We're at 4 monks. We're at 4 monks. The last one is 59% complete. GG is called. Oh no! Oh no!
No!
No, wait. 90%.
Wait, it's not over
No, 91%.
No!
91.0.
We have
Oh, so close!
we have a doubt monk, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy.
Oh.
That is
I did what I could.
The tension.
Oh man. All right, so game 1 goes
Man.
to Longbowmen. Very nicely played. Really good early pressure, especially from Nimi here, with the archers finding that early damage and forcing response. But also a good hold here. A couple little raids forward, and then just setting up a defensive line here that Parker Potts was never able to break through.
Yeah. Like but once again, we see that how that devastating that early archer play can be at when you're not used to playing it in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I was
How
surprised though that Dumplinger never even tried to like put up a tower or anything to like after the first push when they disengaged.
Mm-hmm.
Like put down something forward to just try because it was all archers, right?
It was all
And so
archers.
he
He had skirms, which pushed back the crossbows and will trade quite well against them. But then once the scouts arrived, he got pushed back because then for the scouts you need spears as well or something. And both Weston also had skirms there, so they both had skirms, but there were no spears at all, and so the cavalry just ripped through the skirms.
Yeah. He had spears at first, but he had spears when it needed skirms.
Mhm.
But again,
is
it's
true.
it's a matter of how often do you play against someone that throws archers in. Gunflinger is one of our players that comes in for this tournament mostly,
Mhm.
and so it's not necessarily the most common thing he's going to see, and so you forget.
Mhm.
Speaking for myself, you forget other defenses that you
And
can make.
yeah, to be fair, I've said this a lot, I think already, but the majority of people in our community are cavalry players. We have some cav
Yep.
archer players, we have some heavy cav players, we have some light cav players, but we don't have a lot of players that go archers consistently. it's more of a
I
rarity to
experienced that.
see. So
I experienced that in our game against you when Bismarcking went archers, and I was not
Yep.
able to handle it.
Yeah.
I just feel like
When
on
we
this map
stole
maybe it's
him,
more possible to close off. Like you can't wall off entirely, but I think it's more feasible to try and close off a section where you can stay safe.
yeah, you can narrow the gap a bit more.
Yeah.
Let's see.
all right. So Longbowmen take their home map, and that means we'll be moving on next to Chukanu's map pick, which I believe is Arenaception. So back to our conversation from earlier, we will see that super boomy game, and I think particularly after this map 1, um, Arenaception is a good choice for Chukanu, realizing, hey, we struggled a lot with this early pressure last time. Cape of the Kraken also has some potential for that. Arenaception, where we've got these walls to keep us reasonably safe, at least during feudal age.
Mhm.
And since they like booming up, I think Arenaception is gonna give them room for that a lot more.
Oh no.
Mm.
Uh, I'm just seeing something that we will see momentarily on the
Uh-oh.
game and oh knowing it. Um,
All right. Well, let me know when you guys are
yeah,
loaded in and ready to go.
I am on second 3.
I'm on second 1. I'm on second 3 now.
All right. Well, then let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
Arenaception, a map we've had for several years, but not seen much of this tournament. I think this is
Get
only
me
like the
banned.
second or third. It was banned a lot. Um,
Sad.
I'm okay with this as an open map player, but you know, uh, I know I don't even know if we banned. I know we banned it against Fast Castle Boomers.
I
Cause
found like I've quite
but,
liked Arenaception because it has the inside and the outside.
mhm. It does make for an interesting mechanic, definitely as opposed to normal arena that it kind of gives an alternate approach with the outside. Um, all right, we have
So
uh interesting. Let's talk about the civs.
yeah, so that's what I
Yeah.
was going oops at
Yeah.
because we've got Gunflinger and West Dawn as the Persians, and technically that's illegal.
Yeah, I don't think we noticed honestly.
Is it? I don't know what the castle bracket restrictions were, whether it's each player can only have each civ once, or each team can only use each civ once.
It's each
Uh,
team.
Each
each
team.
team can only
Okay.
use the Civ once,
All
so
right.
definitely not having two in the same in the same game. So probably some miscommunication there, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
probably thinking elephants.
I suppose they didn't use the same civ in consecutive games, so it seems reasonable.
Yeah, technically.
Well, so we've got a pair of Persians, West Dawn and Gunflinger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, West Dawn in the pocket again, Gunflinger on one of the flanks, and Parker Potts on the north flank this time as the Mongols. Um, and
Right.
cavalry again. Don't they have cab archers as well?
Yeah, Mongols have really
Have they
strong
a
Yeah.
cab
cav
archer?
archers, and then also their unique
Yeah,
unit, the
Mangadai.
Mangadai, which is essentially a better cav
right.
archer. Um,
And yeah, Parker Potts is the only one in the castle bracket who is a regular Saturday night player
hmm,
who she does like her cav archers more than any of the other players,
that's
I
fair.
would say.
Mongols do actually also have good siege. I believe they get what is it called? Hold on. Make sure I get this right. Drill, which makes your siege move
Mm,
faster, which seems like but like to have your like siege rams chugging along at increased speed could make a big difference. Because it makes it
yep.
so much harder to defend against. But yeah.
Alpha Grip, you found a nice little clump of trees there outside your base.
I know, perfect to wall off. Um, Yeah, and so Longbow
Oh.
and I went Lithuanian in the northeast on the dark blue.
Are you gonna
I
wall
found
this
a
off or?
well, listen, if my village ever
All
gets
right,
to
fair
80,
enough.
She had to take a
the
break.
tasking was kind of weird there. I don't know what I don't. I think it takes a while, honestly, before I
No,
realized that
I
she
think
didn't wall off
I
the
th
rest
She's
of it.
coming
think
back in.
she's just coming back in. I think something in the shift click messed up and she got
Yeah,
removed from the first wall. All right,
the queuing kind of. I don't know what
yeah.
happened there, honestly.
All right. Well, talk.
But yeah, Lithuanians.
Hmm.
Um, on this map where you know where all the relics are gonna be, and
Yeah, and I see you've
it's
already
kind
got
of
your
fun
scout
to
out
contest.
there guarding them.
That's right, because that bonus to the cab, pretty nice. And Nimi in the pocket this time on the Hindustanis, who, with the same reasons I presume that Weston played them last match.
Camels, hand cannons. Yeah, potentially. Good. They do have a really good eco as well. I think their villagers are cheaper. They only cost 45 food instead of 50. So that alone already makes their eco so much smoother to handle. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
And in the south, you have Terag on the mines, which is it the Mayans or the Incas that get the Kamayuk?
That's the Incas. Mayans get plumed
Oh,
archers. Um, Mayans Mayans get so each Mesocivs gets a unique tech that benefits their eagles, and for Mayans it's El Dorado, which gives their eagles 40 more HP points, which means they're way more tanky. And potentially some of the best eagles in the game. Well, potentially the best eagles in the game. Um, yeah,
That board
depending.
did not want to follow the bill.
Hmm?
Just what? Go ahead. I'm just watching a board not come and then finally
Oh,
come
yeah,
after
yeah.
like the second try.
Well, it's on its way. It's running through the TC. But yeah, and then Mayans also one of the Civ bonuses is that the resources last 50% longer. Um, which means that you don't have to move out of your base as quickly.
on
Or
a closed off map, where you have your walls pre-made. It's pretty convenient.
yes, although Mayans
It saves
also
a
have
lot.
a team bonus where your walls cost 50% less and your palisades as well. Uh,
Nice.
so very nice.
That-
Yeah, for team economic bonuses. They do the big drawback of Mayans is that they're the only meso civ whose monks don't get redemption, which means you can't convert enemy stables, which means they're the only meso civs with which there we go. You can't get Zolotl warriors, which is very sad.
So no Zalbada Warriors this match, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah, I also had a similar issue where the one game where I had a chance to convert an enemy stable, I was playing Mayans, and I was like, no!
No. And
Absolutely
we've
in
got
shambles.
Weston and Nimi, Feudal, and Alpha Grip almost there, as well as Parker Potts and Gumflinger. So Terag, has he clicked up? No, he has not clicked up yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
oh.
Nimi opting for a
It's weird 'cause
stable.
it shows him as clicked up to me. Oh, I
Yeah,
think he's clicked up, but it's in queue.
it's queued behind
Ah,
villagers, I think.
Yeah, okay.
that explains things. Surely he's clicked by now.
Because I saw the little 2 in the progress bar.
Hey,
And then
Kaviana.
Hey, Gaviana.
Welcome to the stream.
Uh, Clef, your mic is crackling a little bit. I don't know if you're too close or what.
what about now?
Still a little bit.
That wall is still not down. You're
It takes a while for me to notice.
it is still
Listen,
sitting
I sent
there.
the villager to just, shift click, build 2 palisades, and then.
Sure, just like you wish you could trust to just do the job you assigned to them, right? Like,
I know.
And clearly, that was one untrustworthy villager.
okay,
It's like do half a job and then we go home.
oh. Nimi has opted for a stable, and we are also seeing military buildings from West Dawn, so potentially looking to get military out, although I don't see any in queue at the moment. And Terra going for the house walls does not want to get housed this game. And potentially just also reinforcing his stone walls. As we have forward walls now coming up from Parker Potts, and a house wall from Alpha Grip. which should protect or give him access to the gold and offer some protection.
Man, if Parker Potts had realized that Alpha's unfinished wall was right there, she could have just like walked in and walled on the inside of that or something.
Yeah.
Just like blocked you off from your own
Oops.
wall.
I do like the
That's
proactivity of Alpha Grip Scout running around the middle, kind of keeping an eye on everything that's happening there. What is going? Sorry, carry on. I need to check something in the background.
I'm just finding the little toggle that tells me who can see what, and it's like,
Ah,
oh,
it's pretty cool. Now it looks like this map was played on Explored, so both teams can already see the entire map. But obviously you won't see changes in buildings or stuff like that
yep.
unless you actually send a scout.
That was something actually that got me with the fact that it was already explored. Is that sometimes you have greater confidence in what you can see than you should,
Mm-hmm.
because it feels like, oh, I've been there, I've seen that, and no, you actually haven't, and all you can see are resources, and oh no, there's actually an enemy right there.
Yeah, and you
Oh,
can
Alpha
see.
Grip
Sorry, go ahead.
walling off. Alpha Grip's over here
Yeah.
walling off his outside gold with houses and stone walls, and
Well, gold is nice to have.
meanwhile, that palisade remains unbuilt.
Sad. But
Actually,
it's
kind of
okay.
funny.
A wall will soon be up there, just from Parker Pot. Both pockets now on the way up to Castle Age, however. And, well, not a lot of military being added, or not any military being added, I should say. But
No one
Good
cares.
old 3v3 military
But
scout wars.
Alpha Grip actually, yeah, there you go, getting the market up, getting the buildings up, and then we'll probably click up in just a second. Gumflinger also should be on his way soon, as well as Terag. Parker Pot's lagging a bit behind, but looks like she's also getting there, kind of. Only food income is the berries right now, so we'll want to start adding farms soon. Looks like
Wow.
she has actually taken her hunt, yeah.
Those berry bushes gonna go down fast.
Yeah, well, and she has double bit axes in. Horse collar is not in yet, so maybe she's waiting for that. But she has 400 wood and actually 100 food. So yeah, definitely wants to start adding those farms soon because those berries will not get her to the castle age. There's 52 food left on those berries.
And then it's shrinking very fast.
She's going for the
Just-
pretty far corner market though.
Yep, trade being
So
set up
once somebody
early.
builds down in the south, in the west, I mean,
Mm,
they'll get that good long safe trade route walled off.
yep. And in the south we have Terag with the market as well, a little closer. But this is the thing about Arenaception, which is another thing that makes it more interesting than Arena, is that you have these open lanes in the back allow for trade to be set up pretty easily in team games.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, forward TC
Yeah.
being dropped here from Weston to secure herself some stone.
Alright, Terag's walling off the rest of the back there, going a little more. I don't know, I guess I call that. It's not quite. It's defensive, I guess. Are those houses?
Those are
Okay,
houses.
she's walling it off with houses.
Yeah,
That's a
house
really
walls.
fat wall.
Those are
for a
houses,
moment.
and it's not closed. There's still a tile gap at the
Nope.
border.
There is a gap.
But for
Hope that
now,
doesn't
the
come back
whole
to bite
thing is a
him.
gap, so it's going to take, with these houses being built one by one, it's going to take a couple minutes anyway before
Yep.
that gets closed off. Both pockets going for 3 TC booms. Gumflinger is actually, has actually clicked up to castle already. Alpha Grip
Good
is
for
up as
him.
well. So both teams in similar positions, and you can see that also the eco is reflected almost perfectly even. 108 villagers to 105, or to 106 now. Light Cav coming in for Alpha Grip. And I think particularly as the Lithuanians, what he's going to want to do is drop a monastery as soon as possible to get these relics.
Yep.
Although has double stables here, adding a couple scouts to kind of secure these relics is definitely also an option. Snipe any enemy monks that are going for that. Can't hear party 3. Alpha Grip, you're still too
And
quiet.
I don't know what's going on there.
Hold on.
I placed down my monastery now.
Hold on, I'm
Where is
gonna
it?
turn you
Oh,
up in here real
ready
quick.
to get the
There it is.
bonuses.
Oh no, you're already turned up all the way. I can't turn you up any further than you are. You're gonna have to figure out
Talk
your
louder?
mic issues. Yeah, talk louder.
Gu-
But
Gunflinger's finally putting up a wall there. I was wondering because they had a scout just sitting there in the corner, but didn't have like any wall come up
yeah, maybe just content to hold.
initially.
But yeah, walls will come down
Yeah.
now to secure that trade route. I assume.
Trade route, gold, all
And
that.
yeah, there's the monastery. Monks are queued. Maybe we'll get to 5 this time and not
Will
4.
you get to 5?
4 monks and 92% of the 5th.
What was the other? There was another one. Let me see. That was demo kills 3+ units.
We
Or
have,
dies to
Unlikely to happen
PC.
on this map, I fear.
yeah, we have had it in some sets. Not gonna happen in
Okay.
this one, I think.
What about did we see a fish boom at any point?
Small ones.
As much as you could on the maps?
Yeah, so Hun Erike especially, Akare had a lot of fishing ships. I don't know. I think we had only 1 or 2 instances where players were fish trapping.
Mm,
But yeah, it was there.
Mr. Monk
Blapped. Long
on
time
his
no
way.
see. Sorry, 1 second. Blapped. Good to see you, dude. It has been a long time indeed. Hope you're doing well. For anyone here, Blapped Cruiser is a super great guy, also a streamer. I unfortunately haven't been able to catch him much lately, but do drop him a follow, super chill, and usually playing World of Warships like I do often. It looks like Destiny 2 has been the latest and greatest, though.
Monk #1 has retrieved his relic.
Got my
Yes.
scout cat out here. They may as well hit the guys a
Ooh,
few
yeah,
times.
get a villager snipe there, well
Kill
done.
kill!
Just in and out.
And we have camels from Nimi coming forward as well. And yeah, Weston actually forced to get that in. It's on the list of things to do. Fair enough, fair enough. I get that. And we're gonna have pretty much full center control here from Longbowmen for the moment. Just off the fact that they have military and Chukanu still have built nothing but their initial 3 scouts. And these
Nice
scouts
moves
actually,
there, Alpha Grip. Like going in, diving in, and smack a guy and come back. Good job on that.
yep.
Micro
That's the
there.
most annoying thing I could do.
That's probably it.
Ooh,
I was hoping to be able to snipe the monastery too, but I was just in range of the TC.
The range. Oh, she's going for castle. She's saying nope. I have none of this.
it's a good move, but there is the potential for these armies to jump on that. And actually, oh no, I thought this was a forward castle coming out, and that would be brutal to build a defensive castle here, and then a forward castle just be here in range of the TC anyway. But this is actually a second defensive castle from Parker Potts.
Oh.
Yes, Helldivers Blap. That is a fantastic. I've just been getting back into that myself. It is super fun. They've been doing some great work on that. All right, so Terag has almost completed his house. Well, has completed his house. Well, still the tile gap, but is actually going to still take this area here with 2 more TCs. And going to take all this gold and stone and military. Does have military here, so is protected. More castles coming up from west on.
Yeah. 2 castles. Okay.
Parker Potts has not
3 and a university.
built another TC yet.
No.
She is still on 1 TC.
She's on a single TC, is kind of sorting the... Well, the food eco is pretty decent, but is lagging behind villagers because of that, you can see. And although the overall villager or eco unit difference is actually slightly in favor of Chukunu at the moment. However, I expect to see that change as we are now on... Some of these TCs are newly dropped, but we are now on 8 TCs versus 7. And I'm curious to see in the meantime what Chukunu decide to do. They have kind of this position with the castles defended for the moment. But overall, I mean, you've got
Nobody's
a
getting to
stone.
that stone real easy, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, that stone is staying right here, which can mean another castle. So you can potentially push forward with this. Alpha Group in the meantime, though, snagging another relic, and this is relic
And Nimi's dropping his
number
castle.
2?
Oh, but West Dawn has snagged one, so he doesn't get to get all of them.
No, but remember there's maximum of a +4 bonus from the relics. There are still 2 more out there, so he can at least get close, and even +2 is already nice. And we have
3
a
castles.
triple castle stack from Nimi, also one from Alpha Grip in the north. Third one, alright, so we have a 3v3 castle standoff. Now the question is who gets to Imperial Age first and gets those trebs out. As we have War Elephants coming out from West Dawn.
Ooh.
War Elephants, now...
He is protecting that TC, man.
Look, War Elephants are cool, but Nimi already has 20 camels on the field, which War Elephants will do better against than most other cavalry because they're so tanky, but technically camels do counter elephants. And the switch into Halbs isn't that difficult, or actually Alpha Grip could technically also go Halbs. Lithuanian skirmishers and Halbline do get a movement bonus, plus Tower Shields gives them extra armor. So they have actually surprisingly good trash units in addition to their very powerful cav. And the monk is on the way again. Gonna grab this relic.
In the south, drop a castle on Gunslinger's wall. He actually chipped a chunk out of the wall with a bunch of skirmishers and crossbowmen. And a pair of eagles, looks like.
And has a good-sized army here. This castle will chew through this wall fairly quickly, actually, quicker than you would expect. And there's not a huge amount of defense. Gunflinger does have siege workshops here, has some mangonels, which I think is a good choice against this clump of ranged units. But as I say that, Terag is going into eagles. Yeah, Nimi's up to imp, and Terag is going eagles, and eagles will rip through any siege.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a few times.
Alpha Grip has completed his walls in the north now, has even added a layer of stone wall, which is a good choice, I think. And castle number 4 coming down from Nimi.
And West Dawn.
And West Dawn. It's just a race of who can build more castles, I guess. Yeah. You certainly want.
I do like though that like Nimis are moving forward and kind of making an arc, whereas all of West Dawn's are just like this little circle right there, and it's like
this
okay,
safest TC in the history of TCs, right there.
It is a ridiculously safe TC.
And Nimi's line of castles actually being extended by Alpha Grip, so now you have almost like a full line of control from the outside wall where Alpha Grip's walls start all the way down to Terag's base, with
Terag
more
get
castles
in on the
coming
action
in.
with a forward castle.
But as you mentioned, Imperial Age has now come in from Nimi, so I expect to see Trebs pretty soon here to take down these castles, and heavy camel riders coming in, which is going to do a lot against the elephants, of which there are currently 8 elephants versus 25 soon-to-be heavy camel riders.
That's not gonna go well.
And also Latus, which by now have a +3 bonus. It looks like the 5th relic got taken by someone else, as that monk is just standing there.
I've got 10.
That's one monk. Another monk is actually out to the last
with
relic.
a few more in queue.
Oh, we're up to 4 monks. We're up to 4 monks.
What?
Alpha Grip has 4 monks. 1 more monk to get 5 to check it off the bingo. Let's see if we get there this time. Alright, Imperial Age and Loom coming in. The 2 upgrades of equal importance and value.
Grubs incoming.
Check off. Well, to be fair, on this map, there's been no pressure on Alpha Grip's eco, so he doesn't need to spend that, right? He can use that time and the gold for other stuff. And castle coming up from Parker Potts. This could be denied. It's far away. There's nothing covering this, and actually, there's a good group of Latas here from Alpha Grip.
If you notice it. But that's a good position overall, just as far as...
Yeah, but you're going to see it because the village is right here, as if you're paying attention. However, there are some Mangudai here, actually. The latest will pull back. Castle number 1 goes down. The elephants engage against the camels. You can see the elephants have, well, not that much more HP because there's fewer of them, but they will lose this fight. Over on the other side, the latest are all over these Mangudai, and the Mangudai are forced back. Latest pull back as well, so I think this castle will go up, but the elephants are almost gone.
Ooh, ouch, ouch. And not a touch to those trebuchets.
Nope.
And you know that's what she was going for.
Mangudai also take some hits from
Mangudai.
Oh,
ooh,
yep.
Now she's just got them trickling in.
But there
Come
are
on.
mangonels, which get some, nice hit there. Is getting some value. Able to probably push this back for the moment.
Oh, the Mangudai slipping around, causing a little bit of trouble there, but...
Alright, we have Plumed Archer in the
baited
south.
the...
And we have 4 mangonels of Terags coming forward now as well. So this is about to get uncomfortable for Gunflinger as well. And yeah, in the center, the Mangonite numbers are down to 3. There's a lot of camels here. There's a lot of latest. The elephants are kind of being trickled in and dying, and another castle goes down. And I think this center position is going to be taken.
37 crossbowmen on the field for Terag.
Yep, plus 4 plumes. And
yeah,
Treb out for Alpha Grip now. He's also just going to go ahead and Treb down this castle. There's nothing that
nothing to stop him.
There's a single semi-unprotected burning forward Treb here from Nimi. Let's see if that gets sniped, but might
He's
actually
on
be fine.
fire!
As the Mangudai tried to dive the Treb and just go down.
Oh good, Weston is pulling her elephants back to create them in the back, and she's building the pikemen.
Alright, this one Treb will get found. Actually, no, it's being repaired. It's being repaired. Okay. Treb goes so down.
Now it's on. It's down. But there's still 3 more behind it, so...
Exactly.
That's rough.
Well, there's 5 more, actually. Alpha Grip has, well, 3 now as well, so 6 more Trebs. And the elephants are trying to kind of loop around. Sorry, what?
This is kind of the problem with when you have just like a bunch of castles right next to each other, where like once you have Treb set up, they can just range a bunch of them.
Right. Well, the thing is,
you don't have to worry about advancing, packing them up, or protecting them again.
It's a question of age as well. If Weston was in Imperial Age as well, she could have also been producing Trebs out of these 4 castles.
That was elite Mangudai denied on that castle.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ouch. I mean, nice for your team. Ouch for hers.
Yeah. As it is because it's Imperial Age versus Castle Age, then yes, whoever's in Imperial Age has a huge advantage because you can just knock these over one by one. And that's where you need to.
Her gate open with some...
Oh, yep. And they got in, and the latest are all over the Seco. And that's going to be rough.
We've got Onager from Terag. I'm not just...
22 attack.
Like
these latest will 2-shot these villagers. And I think that's going to be a denied castle here.
We've got Onager and Capped Ram and Crossbowman coming in on Gunflinger. But he's got his...
He's got a bit of siege, which will find some nice hits here on the massive crossbows.
Got some nice stuff.
And the Scorpion as well. However, that's almost gone. The defensive castle might help for now. But in the center, everything is going down, and now...
It's just, 2 more castles plopping down saying, the center is ours, and you got nothing.
Yep. TC not going down.
Oh, that poor TC. Tried so hard. All those farms.
And, yeah. Latest have melted 1 TC already and are looking for something else to take out. Might actually break through the back and start harassing the trade as well, as Elite Step Lancer is on the way. And Citadel's in the south.
Wow, there's such a huge army bonus, military, not bonus, but lead for the longbowmen right now over the Chikanu.
Okay, the elephants from West Dawn, though, have made their way into Terag space and have actually taken out 2 TCs.
That's where they were going.
Have killed a lot of villagers, so Terag is forced to run. And I don't
that was smart,
think his allies are aware, so still managing to find... That's a nice little move, yeah. Unfortunately, there are latest all over West Dawn's own eco.
Terag does have his secondary base walled off fully right now, so...
Yep, as long as the villagers stop running and keep opening that gate. because the
As soon
elephant
as-
might catch the timing
Oh.
there and walk through.
And-
No, it's gonna just attack the gate for now. Oh,
just
man.
sitting there, the gate opens and
Oh
closes.
man, that
It's
makes
just-
me so nervous to see. However, in the north, the push is on. Parker Potts is forced to evacuate what remains of her villagers, down to 46 villagers at this point. Yeah,
Weston's got holes in her
yeah,
base wall.
big amounts of her eco also dead, and it looks like these villagers are pathing to these farms right in front of the latest. Oh no, trying to garrison this TC, I guess. With this is the Imperial Age
No!
TC. I think Imperial Age is gonna get denied here. These latest have so much attack. Yeah, it's still a minute out,
Oh, no.
and that's Imperial Age denied. We do have Onager on the way in the south, and Gunflinger is still holding for now.
And he's got a treb taking
Player's
out, aiming at
pushing
that
Yeah.
castle.
He's pushing out. Terag is faltering a bit because he's also got the elephants, which have hit his eco, but he's got a nice little army back here. Look at this. We got Siege Ram, we got Onagers, we got Elite Skirm.
He's going after those elephants now. He's like, no.
And the camels and latest are in on Weston go now, her home base. And yeah, Chukunu for the most part have been forced outside of their starting bases with the exception of a Gunflinger, who, as I just noticed now, has a little like colony of houses in the corner. The
Yeah, I
elephants,
saw him building that and just like lining it over there.
The elephants are still going. They took out a TC from Nimi as well. However, there are camels here. I think the elephants will win this though. So they'll keep. No, only if they actually attack the camel.
Oh,
Okay,
which
they will.
they did.
All right, so they're gonna still keep causing problems for the eco down here.
Yeah, Kevin, that was that was rough to lose the Imp Age
Mm.
TC there. So rough.
And it looks like okay. Latest will engage against the Steppe Lancers, yeah. But Steppe Lancers against Camel Latest will not stand a chance. Skirms will take out more villagers, and the villager difference now is 50, and will presumably continue to grow. Still, good hold here from Gunflinger, has taken out one army, and has, I think the Onager here will do quite well against this next army.
Here come 3
I think that batch of like 8 elephants that Weston had did the most damage of any of the military.
Yeah, and they have actually routed to the outside of Terag space, gotten through there at some point, as the
They're
camels
still-
actually held open from Nimi, are just sitting there. I don't know if they held open the gate or followed and lost track, but ooh, gonna want to get those.
She's just-
those. Okay,
Go for the villagers!
go.
Go for the villagers!
the camels are coming now, and I think this is gonna get cleared
I
up.
think
Oh,
thing about
might
these
be the
elephants
last
is
of the elephants.
there's so few of them that you don't see them as like a major dot on your minimap.
Yeah,
So it's so hard to track down where they were. Terag was like, I'm being attacked in my base, but I can't tell where. As
like,
they were
"They're
just
somewhere."
rampaging his entire base.
I hear alarms, but yeah, over here though, the latest are here. Treb is working away at this gate. Oh, to push out to the outside, and more eco
Forward
being
cast
hit.
from Nimi on Gunflinger.
Ooh, yep. And now, yeah, Gunflinger is going to be
Mimi.
forced to defend inside and outside.
Dropping a castle. He's got a treb coming at him.
Do have
Parker Potts
some
building
halbs here.
outside, so
Now, Nimi has, or Gunflinger is up to halb, which will do really well against the camels and the latest. I don't know that he has a lot of production, but has a group here. There are skirms here from Nimi, which will do well against the halbs. And we have trebs here from Nimi. However, these are not protected, so even this one halb on its own might take out both of them. At least
Jace stab, Jace stab, Jace stab.
Oh, here come a few more helps to help out.
Gunflinger just swiping down on more of them. Slunk. That one fell fast.
Yep, halbs are here, camels are here, but I think the halbs should win this fight. Assuming they engage. There you go. Alright, skirms are here as well though. So the camels are going to pull back to that, and that's actually quite a few skirms, so I think now the halbs lose this. Do have a treb here as well or several trebs for Gunflinger, so a bit of a treb war between these castles. But in the north, Alpha Grip's latest are hitting Parker Potts' last castle.
Oh, but they retreated.
Yeah, That's fine though, I
So
think.
just let the trap do its work,
Yeah,
and
Parker
then
Potts
we'll move
does
in.
have murder holes, and you don't want to throw away the HP on these ladies when you can just crab it down, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
And it crumbles.
yep, as does a castle from Nimi though. So good defense from Gunflinger,
Good
holding
job,
off
man.
this push. Has more
But
halbs here.
there's still a hole in his walls. Those other trebs are moving in closer,
Mhm.
trying to take down his castle, which
Yeah,
has a elephant and a treb in it.
and I think Parker Potts is about dead here soon on her last TC, but that's a lot of latest. They are taking out the stables right now, but once they hit those villagers, it's gonna be
Oh, and they're
unpleasant.
running toward the TC that is. Ooh, ouch. She's got another TC still in her original base where there's just a couple of guys that are doing their thing. But yeah, that ain't good looking. And we've
Yep.
got a boatload of barracks coming down from West Dawn, pouring out the halberdier.
Gunflinger still holding with the onagers, takes out a treb, gets
Good
some nice
onager
shots
snipe.
on these
Nicely done.
on the skirms as well. Doing a really good job defending on his flank there. Production building taken out, and yeah, Parker Potts queues up some more villagers in her last TC, but is down to 7 units on the field, and also the trade
Neat.
has effectively been cut off with the latest here.
Yep.
Gunflinger has
There's-
what, 8 barracks producing halberdiers right now?
Looks like it, yeah. 23 in queue, so
Eight.
doing a good job of keeping his production up there.
Yeah.
Has a lot of res, so can sustain this for a while. However, is now being pushed from 2 sides, and his castle's also been trebbed down. Still
Not
some,
Also has
sure
70
why
halberdiers
West Dawn's
and
tasking
70
her
HP.
halberdiers toward the center. They're just gonna walk right under this castles.
yeah.
Oh,
However, the siege is going to come forward and
ouch.
start hitting production buildings, and there's a lot of skirms here, and skirms do pretty well against halbs. And yeah, West Dawn's halbs run right into this double castle stack.
And they're trying to take down the castle.
Yeah, which means the camels get out for free.
Scot-free. Surprised she didn't, like, keep them closer to her base to help clear out Parker Potts, seeing as she's down to 6 villagers.
Yep, and the latest are in on the
And-
last TC.
So
Parker,
where are Parker Potts' people? Oh, there's one wood chopper on the opposite side.
They're all 3 there.
there's
All of them.
okay. So we see the 3 trade carts and 2 of the villagers are running through West Dawn's base right now, and there's
Oh, I
one
see.
more somewhere else on the map.
There's one just chopping away at wood in the corner of her base nearest
Oh yeah, yeah.
Alpha Group.
One lumberjack hidden behind a tree.
Just doing her thing.
All right. Gunflinger
Oh.
is finally being slowly overwhelmed as the siege isn't taking out his production buildings. We'll take out a good amount of that siege with the halbs and elephant, however the skirms will be a problem. Now the elephant can tank a lot of that, but in these sheer numbers
But
it's
not enough.
not enough. There are a lot of halbs here from West Dawn as well.
They're not giving up. Like, we're still fighting.
Yep, but the latest are looping around now and about to hit West Dawn's exposed eco. She's trying to get walls up. There's 2 more gaps, but I think
Come on, come on, come on.
the latest reposition, and
she got it
that
up!
gives the villagers time to close these last 2 gaps. So this will stay closed for now, which may be a good thing for the latest with the amount of halbs that are on the other side of that wall. Ooh, but Alpha Group going for the villager conversions.
Wait, it's like, am I seeing a conversion going on here?
Yep.
Did it work, though?
Nope, the villa is out of range of the
Oh, no.
monks. Alright, we have full skirm production here going on right now for the Mayans. Does not have... No, does have Hulcha Javelineers. So that means each of these
And the
skirms show
trap.
2 javelins instead of 1. And another
And now
treb stack
all these
here.
trebs from
Yeah,
Nimi, the base is falling from Gunflinger.
yeah.
Oh.
think
So many trebs.
yeah, some of these trebs will go down to Gunflinger's trebs, but they'll just melt. I mean, the castle is gone
And then those
instantly.
camels.
And yeah, the camels will take out the trebs, and these trebs can just kind of nuke everything. Also, the latest are in and are taking out this TC, are engaging against the Halbs now, and I think the Halbs win this. Yeah.
Ha! They say, you think you can come into our base and take us? No!
Alright,
We will
latest
stop you at the gap.
will
Okay,
hold in the
so
choke point.
dramatic.
And, well, the advantage of the choke point is actually that the monks can heal the two latest that are currently fighting, which is going to make
So
these
it's gonna
latest
take a
stay
while.
alive a lot longer than they would otherwise. However, this TC might still go down just to this treb. It is being repaired. Depends on how long the latest hold here.
Oh, they broke another spot in the gap.
Yeah. And speaking of breaking, Gunflinger's defense has been broken. There are military units over his base. Is still building
All over
barracks.
it.
Is still working. And
I'm not sure I would be building them right there, though. That seems a very perilous place.
It's where they least
yeah.
expect it.
Well,
Eh.
they are gonna knock it down regardless, expected or not. Forward production here also from Alpha Grip and Paladin on the way. And there's a GG. And yeah, I think that was very well played by Longbowman. Again, I think Chukano maybe spent a little too long just booming and not building
Yeah.
military, relied maybe a bit too heavily on their castles, which works fine until your opponent is an Imperial Age and you're not, and all your castles go down. But yeah, really good control by Longbowman, taking the center early and maintaining that.
586 spiky guys.
That is a lot. That is
That
quite
is
a
a
lot.
lot.
And both Weston and Gunflinger just pumping them out of like 8 barracks each.
Mhm. Yeah, and that was the correct play there against the composition. Now, maybe not against the Mayans, but against Lithuanians and Hindustanis with a camo and lattice, Halb was definitely the way to go.
Yep.
But also, Nimi pretty early on started adding skirms, which were able to just snipe away at the Halbs the entire time, and are cheap. So good awareness there. And yeah,
And one thing that Nimi's done quite a bit is like just drop 3 castles at once or 2 castles at once.
yeah.
Just get quite a bit of control and production out of it.
And it's intimidating, admittedly, from my perspective. Is suddenly see 2 castles pop up and you're like, ah, where's mine?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Now in this case, actually, Weston matched that and had 3 castles of her own. We had
Yeah.
the big castle race in the center. But then the deciding factor there was that the Longbowmen made it up to Imperial Age and just trapped down the enemy castles. So yeah,
Also, I wonder how much of a difference it made that like it's got to be more of a drawback than an advantage to be playing the same civ twice, right?
I
'Cause you're not
probably
getting different civ bonuses for your team, and
yeah.
like
Mm,
you're kind of being railroaded into one sort of
Maybe. I mean,
um
you definitely
build.
still have options, especially with a civ like the Persians that have a pretty good tech tree overall. Like we saw Elephants from Weston, and we saw Halb Siege from Gumflinger, I think it was. Yeah, Gumflinger was the
yep.
other
So
Persians player. So there's still options, but yeah, I think there's definitely more versatility and strength in playing 3 different civs. And I don't know whether that was a communication error on that team or whether they intentionally both went Persians, but um, yeah, can see it kind of
well,
didn't work out the way you might hope in this case. Um, yeah,
well, but
we've
good job on them for fighting back, like not just crumpling, like kept trying to fight back.
yeah.
Weston rebooming, dumping, well, not so much rebooming, but it's dumping all those barracks and like, okay, I'm
Mhm.
still in the fight, kind of thing. Was a good job.
Yeah, we have some nice raids, even realizing, okay, I can't fight this military, but I can send my elephants around back and,
That was excellent. I love those elephants.
nuked one base, almost
They did,
like
yeah.
started to push in on another one. Um, did quite a bit of damage. And also Gunflinger's hold was really good. He was actually pushing back until he got hit by a second player. Um,
If if Parker Potts could have stayed in the game a little bit longer, I mean, then she maybe could have pushed on
mhm.
her side. But
Yeah,
alas,
I think there's something to be said there for I think that kind of snowballed for her starting from feudal age where we were looking at it and she was behind where everybody else had the food for castle age. She had about 200 food and her only food income was the 7 villagers on berries.
yeah,
Um, I think just adding those farms earlier would have gotten her up earlier, would have let her get to more TCs faster, get because she really struggled with eco the entire game. Um, and then Mangudai obviously
yeah.
produce very slowly, so had a hard time keeping military numbers up. Uh,
And that's kind of the risk with the forward aggressive castle if you're hoping to produce a slow producing unit from that
right,
castle
right.
down.
So then you're gonna have to support with something else, and in this case, the simplest solution would be to just adding cav archers with the Mangudai. Um, or you could add in some siege or some knights even to snipe siege to keep your own castles alive. There's definitely some options there. Um,
Uh,
but yeah,
But without the eco to back it, you're stuck.
yep. And
All right.
so yeah, Longbowmen take the set against Shukanu 2-0. Congratulations. Um, and that concludes this set. The next one will be hold on. Berserkers versus Teutonic Knights. Uh,
Yep.
Before that, though, we are going to go ahead and take about a 10-minute break between sets. And so be back at like 10:40, or I guess for you that's what, 3:40 p.m.?
Yep.
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 And for anybody keeping track, I never did build that fifth monk.
No, I checked that a
So
couple times
sad.
and it was never
So
went past four.
sad.
We had 2 games where we were 1 monk off. One game where we were
Ooh.
8% of a monk off. Getting that. And so
South Boston. I was watching
that
that
was
game.
yeah. I was like, surely this monk like I've never seen a monk denied by GG, but hey, there's a
So
first for everything, I
close.
guess. Yeah.
No blackout for me.
Yeah.
Alas.
Unfortunate. Hey, there's still one more set to go.
That's right. Maybe you built
Uh,
5 monks.
I can assure you, I did not build 5 monks.
Well, then that seems like your own fault. I mean,
Hey, how was I supposed to know it was in the bingo? I mean,
well, you weren't.
come on,
That's
man.
why I didn't get release the bingo until after the games. All right. We'll meet back up in 10 minutes.
All
Okay,
right.
See you guys
stick
then.
around. We'll be back.
Alrighty. Get started on set number 2. The final set of this tournament. This is your reminder. If you have not filled out the feedback form, !feedback in chat to get there and leave your own feedback for the tournament. Things you liked, things you didn't like. That'll all go into the planning next, for next year. And for any other upcoming events. Southpaw is tracking that. And also, I believe there's some info on there. You can vote for your own VP of these games. And that part in particular, I'd say even if you didn't play in the tournament, if you just watched these games, go ahead and jump in there and vote for your own MVP. See what we get there. See what shakes out. Um, we had a lot of really good plays from a lot of really good people. Some carrying, some that we've seen do well in the past, some that played in this bracket for the first time. And yeah, it's been really cool to see how it developed over even just since the last year, when we had the last tournament last January. And I'm excited to see how it keeps going. Uh, yeah, go and do that. That is an example of feedback that you can leave. As Hey man, we've had a lot of talk about how cool longbows are in these casts, and I will say, the one requirement for longboats is that there is water on the map. So, you know, food for thought, food for thought for you right there. Right. Next set, Teutonic Knights versus Berserks. Once again, we have a map draft, which I am pressing the wrong buttons to get to the overlay I want. Here we go. Yes. So we are back to normal. Hun Akare is not banned. Maghreb still is. I think there was only one set this entire tournament Maghreb was not banned, and in that one it still didn't get played. Um, Made me very sad. I was actually pretty excited for Maghreb. That's gonna be or since as a responsible person I already have filled out the feedback form. Be sure that my feedback included more Nomad best maps. But yeah, as you can see, we have a lot of maps in there that we've seen a lot. Hillfort, Hun Akare, uh, Desert or Cape of the Kraken, I believe, did not get played this time. I think by this time the admin pick had been sorted out as counting as a ban for or as admin ban for the castle bracket. But yeah. So one pick from each, and we are going to start on the Berserkers pick, which is Hun Akare that we're going to get started on. So things are back to normal. We start matches with Hun Akare. Hun Akare is everywhere. Um, yeah. If there's an MVP map vote, uh, I should unmute my co-casters so you guys can hear them in chat.
Oh my goodness. They couldn't hear all of our funny jokes and witty banter.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Please repeat everything you said over the last 5 minutes.
It wouldn't be the same.
Everything you said over the last 5 minutes.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So back to what I was saying before I realized that I haven't properly unmuted my stream. We are going back to Hun Akare. And if there was a map MVP vote, pretty sure that would go to Hun Akare this tournament. But yeah, I have this pulled up, so let me know when you guys are ready. And
Second three.
let
I'm
me
at 2.
check real quick. I think Southpaw is. I don't know if he's gonna join us after this or during with the casting. No, he will hop in at the end. Okay,
Okay,
so
I'm at
Southpaw will
second
be on
3
over
now.
these sides. Second 3. All right, I'm at second 3
Yep.
as well.
Ready.
All right, then starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Hanakre, what can you say about it that hasn't been said already?
Mm,
It's a very symmetrical map. Has
Yes.
anybody said this?
No, I don't think so. There you have it,
There you
folks.
go.
It's a very
and you can
symmetrical.
see like where a fourth TC grouping would be
Yeah.
when you zoom all the way
Yeah.
out. There's those grass spots. You're like, oh, that's where another TC would be.
If I had to place a fourth TC on this map as a starting, this is the location I would pick. Although it doesn't have the little hill. All right. Right. Teams. I believe Teutonic Knights. Did you guys have a stand-in again this set?
We did. So our team, we had our originally planned third player didn't get to make it after all. So we were rotating people in and out. We stole Bismarck King one match. We stole Mimi another match. And for this last one, we have Dovekey in. She's been a staple of the player community. Um, wasn't able to play full time for the tournament, but she happened to be free just in time for this set. It was great. So,
Convenient.
but
All
yes,
right.
it was.
So now,
And
Thalen, you get to talk about your team six.
I do. So we have Dovekey as the Georgians, a favorite of hers. She favors the heavy cav, and Georgians get there and can, once you build up. I mean, any cav is scary once you've got built up, but that's been her favorite play for a little while now. It's the Georgians and their unique unit whose
Yeah,
name escapes me, but
Manaspa.
Manaspa.
those
Yeah,
guys
and
that
Manaspa in
everyone hates.
particular, yeah, in me and yes, I can relate to that. Um, I do not like Manaspa. I think they are not a properly balanced unit. So the thing about Manaspa is they're pretty cheap for a unique unit. They produce incredibly quickly, and as you get more and more of them, they get an increasing bonus. So a bigger group
They steadily
has
get
larger
stronger.
attack, and that continues to increase as your group gets bigger, which means the more you have, the more difficult it becomes to deal with them. And because they
So
produce fast and are cheap, if you lose them, you can get up to a big ball again pretty quickly. Uh,
and I know Georgians has gotten banned a few times when Civ bans were in effect.
yes, I believe they were banned for the entirety of the Imperial bracket this year, Georgians and Bohemians.
Like
And
no.
mostly because of Manaspa and Hoofnies, which is the AoE bombard cannon that the Bohemians get.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
So yeah, powerful
And
civilization.
and Dovekey likes using them. Can't blame her at all. And then in the pocket, we had Fire Phoenix, who chose the Comer, partly because they do not require buildings to advance to the next stage. So the hope was to be able to get her to advance a little bit faster and be able to get upgrades, get her eco, get some military units out, because we kind of knew what Bismarck King played like at that point. Meanwhile, I'm over there as the Franks up in the north. I have a bunch of idle villagers. Ugh. Okay, that's sad to see.
Oh no.
Anyway, building an absolutely terrible wall as well. There are many things I wish I'd done differently in this game, but I went with the Franks mostly because they're cheaper castles, and because of the fact they are a strong cab civ.
Mm-hmm.
And then the throwing axemen for a little bit of extra little extra range, so there would be someone that wouldn't have to be right up next to the enemy if it came down to it.
I do
So
like the idea
yeah.
of walling up early because you're right, Bismarcking has been doing a lot of early pressure, so getting those walls up is helpful. But yeah, that is a lot of investment for really long walls, where I think you could have just walled to the shore and then a dock on the end.
Yep,
Uh,
that's totally what I should have done, but
yeah, I think there's
I
also a
didn't.
gap between this big wall and the tree line, the one tile gap
Mm,
there.
I think I sealed it
walling
off in the end.
Well,
walling the north side is much more difficult than walling the south side from what I've seen. And the south side seems like it's been consistently walled in all the games, and the
yes.
north side just
Yeah,
has not.
and that's why in a lot
Yeah.
of the
So much more
games,
open
the
space.
south has been defensive and the north has been aggressive. specifically because the north is so much harder to wall off, and we've seen games where like the pocket player has come out and helped with the north wall to try and get everything set up in time. It is definitely a
Yeah,
big
and
investment.
I played on the south the last time we were on Hanakray, and I did not realize how different the terrain was, and I didn't do a
Yep.
great job of scouting it. So I was building and building and building and building and thinking, where on earth are the trees? Come on.
Yep. However, we do already have barracks up for Bismarck, and actually already a 20 villager advantage for the Berserks. As
Yeah.
Fire Phoenix
Yeah.
is on 8 villagers.
Yeah, 5 minutes idle TC time. Almost.
I wonder what happened there.
Fire Phoenix is one of those that she comes in, she plays for the tournament and doesn't really play a whole lot
Okay.
at all other than that. So
Okay.
it doesn't have the solid build order ideas or the quick clicks that
Well, she's on the
can
board
help
now,
speed
bringing in the
things
second
along.
one,
But
so we'll make her way up. But yeah, let's talk about the civs for Berserks.
You've got Dark Sack on the Incas in the south, which they get the Kamayu.
They sure do.
Which against Manaspa, against the Frankish cavalry, could be good.
Yep.
With the plus range, right,
Yep.
on the Kamayu.
Yep. The way they stack is they
So,
rip through a lot. So yeah, Kamiyuk might actually be a really good answer
You can kind of
here.
counter stack the Manaspa, right?
Well,
in a sense.
you can't counter stack them. They get enough of a bonus that they might. It's going to be a question if the bonus is going to be enough to break through the Kamiyuk, or if the stack of Kamiyuk just shreds them anyway. This is one matchup of unique units I've never seen, and I think Kamiyuk might actually have a decent chance. Probably depends
sure
on
we'll-
numbers.
Well, yeah, it tends to.
No.
I did a simulation last year of Manaspa versus Latest.
Yeah, latest with full bonus, right?
Yeah, with full bonus, and it was like, well, the Latest win in 60v60 numbers, but if you think about the production times and everything, then
Yeah.
the Manaspa win again. So.
Yeah.
I remember you doing that.
And in mid, you've got JD 8100 on the Cumans, which what's the Cumans bonus? What's their thing?
Don't they have siege rams that are
So the Cumans, the big thing that is defining for them is that they're the only civilization that can build a second town center in feudal age. Which means you can get a weird different boom where you go up to feudal super fast and then stay there much longer than while others are on the way up to castle because you're already on 2 TCs and pulling ahead on eco, which can give you a big advantage. Also, Cumans in the feudal age are able to build a siege workshop and create rams from it. So they're a heavily favored like feudal boom, which you could then roll into castle and give them really good economy. Their unique unit is it's a type of cav archer. I forget what they're called. They're incredibly quick and mobile. They do a lot of damage, but they have very little HP. But yeah, usually Cumans are picked for their feudal boom ability.
dropped a lot of farms real quick there.
Yeah, that was just
Wow.
impressive to see. Just like, ooh, like all green farmland now.
Yep, and that's without any upgrades though, so that's going to be
Yeah.
expensive. As he does reach feudal age now, I will definitely want to get double bid axe as soon as possible and horse collar before the next set of farms comes up as well.
And up in the north, got
And he's
Bismarcking.
doing-
Much has been said about his early archers, and I think he's played Japanese in every game, every series he's been in.
Mhm.
Seems to be a favorite of his. Curious to me that he hasn't gone across yet with the archers. I mean, if you see, he's scouted most of the wall, so maybe he figures it's not worth it. But usually by this point, I feel you see already a few archers in.
Yeah,
Which-
poking at the eco.
My goal was to make it not worth it for him,
that's fair.
admittedly, with getting the wall up.
Yeah, and it looks like he's walling on his own, but as you can see, his walls are also struggling a bit with the, still got some open spaces there at the
With
edges
the
of the water.
shallows and everything,
Yeah,
it's weird.
yeah. The only way to wall this is either to go down to the wood lines the way Thalion did, or to add docks on the wall offs. And we've had that on a couple of maps now. I think that's going to be a thing that people are going to take away from this tournament and have in the back of their minds for next tournament is wall off shallows with docks. Because it was this map and hill forts where that was a viable option,
Mm-hmm.
and also the only option to really lock that down. But yeah, Eco in favor of Berserks quite a bit, and we see that second feudal TC coming up from JD. In the back, looks like it's near-ish to gold and near-ish to wood. I think placing it like 2 tiles further down so it's right beside both of them is going to be a bit more efficient. But either way, he can start producing villagers from 2.
Vills go to wood anyway,
Yeah.
so
And we've got Thalion with a handful of skirmishers pacing along the walls, keeping an eye out for
Getting ready.
Bismarck King's attack.
yeah.
Like,
You witnessed Bismarck King's attack on this map as an ally, right?
as an ally, I saw it take down. I was like, mm-mm.
For the moment, though, Bismarck, content to just hang back, is on the way up to Castle Age already. A good deal ahead of the other players. Although Fire Phoenix almost has the res to go up. Is missing building. Although, no, it's Khmer. She doesn't need the building. So she can go up in just a second. And a lot of players are actually pretty close. And Darkzak actually definitely also has the res to go up. And is missing his second building, though, I think. I just see
Also
the
has a
blacksmith.
dock,
Yes!
but no fishers or fishing boats.
Yeah, oh, there's the market. Might be getting there. Is really short on wood. And fishing boats do cost 75 wood. So might just be investing the wood in the market first to be able to go up to Castle Age. There it is. And then we might be seeing the fish come out shortly. But is the only player on water as well, so we'll be able to just get that resource for free. And we've seen in several games how big of a difference that fish boom, or just the fishing in general can be.
Bismarck King and Castle, Darkzak's going up, Fire Phoenix going up.
Resources closed for Dovekey as well. Thalion also just needs a bit more gold. Yeah, buildings are there. And JD looks like he's making his way there, but potentially will delay until he's at 30 or so villagers, and just take advantage of that Cumin boom. Because keep in mind, he's already on 2 TCs while everybody else is still going to be on 1 for a while, second one just now coming up for Bismarcking, and then even while they're producing, they reach Castle Age, they have to build the second TC and third TC, so he'll have a little villager lead there.
Yep.
Looks like Bismarcking is going pikes, which makes sense
Yeah.
if you're opposite Franks.
He had a crossbowman queued and then canceled the research.
Oh, okay. I missed the.
Interesting.
Oh, but he is also queuing up cav archers now.
Cav archers.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, Japanese do have pretty good cav archers. I think they get everything but thumb ring on their cav archers. Oh no, they do have thumb ring. So thumb ring, Parthian tactics, heavy cav archers. So they have an excellent cav archer line. So that is an option for mobility. I'm curious to see how cav archer plays out on this map. I feel like just straight up cavalry has dominated Hanakare because of their ability to just push through. That cav archers don't really have. They're more of a mobility raiding unit, and with the walls there, they might also struggle. But we'll see. Walls in the south.
Second layer falls.
Yeah.
Coming up from Valiant in the north, looks like.
Yep.
And walls in the south now from Darkzak as well. But again, these are not closed off on either side, I believe. Definitely not in the south. I'm pretty sure there's still a half tile. Yeah, there's still a half tile gap in the north as well. And that's the thing. That's why in the south, I also discovered during my first game, you need to wall off the way Dovekey has here from woodline to woodline. Which kind of loses you this bit of space on the shore, but that way you don't have this weird struggle with the docks. And Dovekey now also securing that with a castle.
Yeah. And up in the north, we got Bismarck King dropping a castle in a huge open space that is available to him.
Mm,
So,
I'd almost like to see that a little bit further forward. Like possibly even, well, on a hill would obviously be nice, but even if not, just far enough forward that you can range these walls and harass. Because right now you can't. So the castle's there. It's exerting some
trust
control.
me, it does plenty of harassing.
But it's not doing much beside being there.
No, not yet, but
It'll get
yeah.
there. I'm sure we'll find out.
There's 2 fishing boats out from Darksack, so
Yep.
it's making some use
On
of
the
that
way.
water.
Castle Age is now also on the way for JD, who I believe will be the final one, as expected of humans. And we are in a bit of a lull. Definitely not as aggressive as some of the other games we've seen tonight. Presumably in part
Third
due to
TC
their
for
early
Bismarcking.
walls. And again, this one, I
Kinda
like
quiet.
place it on this gold or on this gold. I guess you can't place it by the 3 tile gold because of the elevation. But you could still place it like down into the left 2 tiles so that the villagers aren't walking as far. Just like place the TC directly on the gold. Don't make your villagers walk. They have like athlete's foot or whatever.
They have limps.
Yeah. We'll ask Southpaw. He knows about these sort of sports injuries and how they affect villager efficiency in Age of Empires. That seems like his thing. All right, defensive castle coming up though from this is from Dovekeep. No, this is from Fire Phoenix. Okay.
Fire Phoenix dropped a castle
Yeah.
on my side.
The green foundation over the blue on the minimap looked like teal. So I was like, huh, Dovekeep has that much stone. Like, oh, never mind.
They do kind of blend together a bit.
TC's 3 and 4 coming up from JD. This is gonna be a boom heavy. Yeah, see, Southpaw says I made a good diagnosis. There you have it, folks. See, this is a TC I like from Dovekeep. Right on the gold. Right there.
Yes. No, they just pop out, they grab the gold, and toss it back
Yeah.
in.
And it feels like 2 tiles aren't that much of a difference. You're like, whatever, it's like a quarter of a second. But that quarter of a second stacks every single time the villager walks. And so it essentially like cuts down how much gold you produce per minute for every villager that you have for the entirety of the game. And that can stack up and really make a difference in your resources collected, which in turn affects how much you can produce in terms of military and upgrades. So that small differences like that can make a huge difference long term. And while like there's stuff like lumber camping wood lines, which a lot of us don't do because you have tons of wood in the end, particularly for minerals like gold and stone, where it's like a finite amount anyway, just place the camps 1 tile away so your villagers can stand between.
Oh look, Rams in the north.
Here's the battering ram pressure.
There it is. We haven't seen Rams
CAs.
since last game, guys.
That's right.
This is
It's 3rd and 4th TC coming up from Dovekeep as well.
back to back to the MVP conversation. If we had an MVP unit for this tournament, it would be the Siege Ram for sure. I have never seen so much Siege Ram as in this tournament.
Same. Like,
all right.
I found that like, for me at this point, I was kind of regretting all the stone walls because I didn't have the stone to drop another TC once I got up to castle.
We do have some ballast elephants and knights to defend here, though.
Yeah.
And the cow archers are going to struggle to break through. In the south, however, we have a defensive castle from Darksack and has some pikemen already, which is great because the Manaspa are starting to mass up. And they will be a problem. However, the knights are... Did these just path all the way around? We have some knights from Thalion running past and running back up north. And
so there's that gap in the walling.
Well, that's where they...
So I'm wondering whether they were pathed forward to Bismarcking somewhere, and then because of these walls, looped all the way around the map.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that I had set them to go forward, and I didn't get the gate open, and so they ran around.
Hey, that's some good scouting.
Got some good scouting and a lot of raiding potential if they stopped like right now. Could hit the gold, hit the stone, hit the wood line.
First I have to realize that they're there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think I ever did.
Ooh, we got War Galley coming in from Dark Sack. Now, the one thing here, no matter how many Manaspa you have, if you have a good demo on these shallows, you can take them all out.
Ooh,
Alright, dock on
3
the north
plus
Dovkey.
demo death. So let's see it.
This is the map we've seen the most demo shots on by far.
So we've got Dovekey wanted the
Oh, and the knights loop around and run into the castle fire. One dies, one is almost dead.
seriously, I bet you I tasked them to be like right outside where that gate was.
They
and
ran
so
to
they
group
ran.
up with the other knights just now, so that's definitely what happened. But they made it. Well, some
Well,
of them made it.
so this has happened every single game where I've tasked something somewhere and they've ended up random places, or I didn't mean to send them that way and they did. And like the villagers that were running around in random places, yeah, those weren't on purpose.
All right.
But
Second castle coming in from Bismarcking. Imperial Age is in, and there are 5 Trebs in queue. Halb's coming in. Chainbardian
yeah, and
Armor
I've
is
got
coming in.
what? 10 knights,
10
12 knights, 15 knights.
Yep.
So here
There are also some
starts.
ballast elephants, which will help. But the Trebs are starting to treb. And the elephants have a
The one thing
long
is
way
the
to go.
gate is all the way around the north, so they have to loop all the way around.
Yeah, at this point you definitely want to create an opening right here under the castle somewhere so these can go through. Because they won't even be able to reach this, right? They have to walk through 2 castles to get through these trebs.
And they're so slow. I love me some ballista elephants, trust me, but they are so slow.
The knights are running in from the north to snipe. They don't have any armor. There's halbs here. There's castle fire. I don't think they're going to be able to. They might get one. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's
one. I got one. Okay,
Yeah.
they didn't completely fail me.
And the
I
line
didn't
of
fail them.
the line of ballast
Here
elephants
come
is coming.
the elephants.
They will be able to tank more, but they also have no armor and no attack upgrades. And they're under 2 castles. And halbs are here, so that's also gonna die pretty quickly, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it was sad. I saw that. I was like, yeah. On finally getting a couple extra TCs down.
Oh, 2 monks. 2 monks from Dovekey. A 3rd in the queue. No, 2 in the queue. There we go. Another chance at redemption. I would like to see
I'll
Dovekey
believe it
start
when I see
moving
it,
out.
buddy.
Ooh.
No
Oh,
kidding.
Oh, there they are. The demos. The demos from Darksack. Love this. Love demos. The one thing I would love even more, well, I'd love to see them patrolling, but to be fair, if they were patrolling, they'd probably run into Castle Fire and die. So I think having them down here secures the south, which is nice. In the north, you've got the castle.
We got JD dropping a castle in that gap. So no coming
I
through
think this
that way.
castle's being continuously repaired, but
Yeah, it's
getting
being
expensive.
repaired, but yeah, there's more and more trebs here, and
almost no more stone for Thalia.
yeah,
Yeah.
and ultimately, unless there's a way to take out these trebs, this castle will go down no matter how long you repair it.
I admit part of it was I was trying to delay her castle going down so that I
Yep.
could get something out of my castle.
Oh yeah, there's definitely, you can get value out of like, okay, I know we're gonna lose this castle, but I'm gonna delay that going down to buy myself time. We do have Imperial Age on the way, for example, so, you know, just buying yourself the time, slowing down the push, right? It's just that recognition of, this is gonna go down, I'm going to need something else to actually turn
Yep.
this. And the ballast elephants have just been trailing into
Yeah.
this castle and the halbs.
They just keep hanging out.
Yeah, I do like the
And
addition
Bismarcking's just made an entire forward base up there.
Yeah. I like the
Yeah.
addition of throwing axemen. With the halbs out, throwing axemen will do quite well. They'll also do a lot of damage to the siege. We're gonna need an addition of siege in the north here, though, to take down these castles. Bombard
Yep.
cannon would be really nice here, both against the
Ooh.
castles and to snipe the trebs.
Wish I'd thought of that.
To be fair, bombard cannon, you need to reach Imperial Age, you need chemistry, which is coming in now. For trebs, you don't need chemistry. You can start producing them already, and then chemistry makes them stronger. Bomber Canyon, you need chemistry first.
Bearded axes denied.
Bearded axe is
Is it-
denied.
I tried.
And Imperial Age is on the way for Darksack now as well. He has 40 pikes here. Paladin is on the way from JD. And Kataparuto from Bismarcking, which will make these trebs much more difficult to snipe as they will unpack and pack much faster.
Oh, or not bombard, demos are attempting to take on the castle, but I think they're getting blown up themselves instead.
Yeah, now they are gonna take
What?
out some of the Manaspa on the way.
Ooh,
How many
that's
did
three.
they take
That's
out?
3, right? Sure.
That's at least 3, yeah. I see 3 sinking in there. Treb
Dovke's
working forward.
Trebin Down's castle.
Halb is on the way though, and in this numbers, these Manaska will get shredded by the Halbs. But
And here comes the push into Thalian's eco.
Yeah.
that's a lot of Cav archers. That's a lot of Halbs. That's a lot of Trebs. This is
And
a big army.
I got nothing.
Nope. And your pocket also has only 2. Well, there they go. Has
Yeah.
nothing.
There's some cavalier hanging out in the shallows outside your base.
They're just chilling. They're on
Are they?
vacation. They're on off time.
I don't know what they're doing.
Listen, they did something earlier, all right? I think this is a queue again as
Oh,
you
there's
move
a
them and there's
hole.
more. There's a hole down here and more of them go out there. They're like, you know what? We want no part in this.
I know what I was doing. I did that on purpose. Because I was like, okay, I don't have enough to fight them, so let's do this and go across and see if we can cause some problems for them.
Go, and there is not much to defend this eco, so potentially a lot of value to be found if the Cavalier move to it.
If they actually take on the eco instead of the building.
Does still
Town
force a
bells, I
town
guess,
bell,
that's some idle.
which means that Bismarcking not only idles the economy that's being attacked, but all of his economy. So that's actually super
All of it,
nice
wow.
for Teutonic Knights. However, in the south, Dovekey is now being pushed back. There are Trebs here from JD, who also got heated shot. I don't know.
And
No, he did. Well, there's no Navy here from
30
Dovekey.
some odd paladins sitting there. Ooh, that gonna be rough.
Yeah. Alright, so this is another game where we saw Heated Shot come in, and to be fair, Heated Shot could be relevant, but it's not going to be, because there's no Navy in the south here at all from Dovekey, so Heated Shot will do nothing. Remember guys, chemistry gives all your ranged units the flaming projectiles and upgrades and everything. Heated Shot increases the damage of towers and castles against Navy. That's all it does.
I keep wanting to click it when I'm researching and then going, wait, no,
Yes.
just Navy, no.
The image makes it look like it gives flaming projectiles to like your buildings or something, but it doesn't. It's a lie. Don't trust
I
the
just
Heated
love
Shot.
researching things, you know?
Fair enough. A man of science. Alright,
Yeah.
in the north though...
Leon is getting pushed out of her
Yeah.
base. Like there is nothing there. No defense. Bringing her.
We have no TC gaming, as this TC is not up yet. And Thailand is down to 21 villagers. Fire Phoenix is down to 28. And is going to be
To be
hit
fair,
pretty
she
soon.
wasn't ever very high, but
That's fair
70
enough.
halberdiers and 20 heavy cav archers just roaming through the base.
Yeah. And a
We've
big
got-
push. And that's...
yeah.
That's game.
At that point, it was just like this is not ending well.
Yeah.
This is not even fun anymore.
Yeah,
I know
and
the feeling, I fear.
I think we all do. I think
Uh-huh.
I think it's fair to call. If Dovekey was pushing in the south, you could maybe clay on, but you can see her army here has been cleaned up, and the castle, and there's a bunch of paladin.
Yeah.
They have broken through. They're also we're about to break through in the southern part of the wall.
Those
Yeah.
demos did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Honestly. And then the war galleys,
Yeah.
feel like they cleaned up quite a few Manas as well.
her castle was outside her walls and everything, and that was her only one, so didn't really have a chance to build up the Manaspa.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, good game. Well played by
Yeah.
Berserks. I like the idea from Teutonic Knights to wall up, but then Berserks kind of won the boom war.
Yep.
And just off the back of that eco advantage, we're able to produce a lot of military and just kind of steamroll the game.
Yep.
Yeah. If you look at
Yeah.
Bismarcking and JD in the economy chart,
They're
Uh,
just
at a certain point they just go straight up.
pew, and it.
oh, yep, yep, definite advantage there. And yeah, you can see the res collected 50,000 each. Yeah.
So they played well. I will not deny them that.
Mhm.
It was a rough game from my perspective.
That's fair. I think you guys had good decision making in terms of early strategy, in terms of walling up. I think some of the responses were. I mean, part
Just a
of it was
little slow.
pathing, like knights as the prime example,
Plus,
but then also the ballast elephants pathing with having no gate, pathing all the way around. Even
yep,
just in the time that they took to go around, enough reinforcements came in that they couldn't do anything about
yep.
those trebs. But yeah, with that,
Good boom up for the
Berserks
other guys. So.
take game one, and that was Berserk's home map.
We peaked at 2 monks in this game.
What?
2 monks.
2 monks.
Ooh,
That
Monk
was it.
Max.
But yeah, Teutonic Knights are going to go to their own home map now, which I believe is going to be Hill Forts. Hold on.
Yep, we're back on the hills.
Back on the hills. So yeah, and ending the tournament on the two staple maps of this tournament. That feels very reasonable. All right, pull that up real quick. Ooh, some interesting civs again too. All right, let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm on second
I'm,
two.
I'm on second 2.
All right, then we start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh.
All right, Hill Forts ending as the final map, home map for the Teutonic Knights. Again, a map we've already talked about a lot. So let's go straight into the civs here.
Okay,
Uh,
go for it.
all right. Well, in the east, you've got Bismarcking on the Bohemian,
The other forbidden civ.
the other civ that was perma-banned in Imperial we were talking about. Yeah, I mean, we said the Hoofmies very strong, and obviously with some pre-made walls that kind of bait you into a false sense of security on this map because they're not that strong. You know, can be pretty strong.
At least it's not compared to the arena walls.
That's right. Yeah, in yellow you've got JD 8100 on the Britons this time. Again with the very long range longbows. And this map's quite hilly, so you get quite a bit of like advantage. You can get quite an advantage from archer play if you have them uphill, right?
Yeah, the elevation bonus on top of that range is. Yep.
And up north we have Darksack on the Goths, which I don't think we've seen the Goths very much yet this tournament.
We've definitely had a couple players playing them a lot. I don't think we've seen them out of Darksack. I think
Yeah.
Gumflinger played them a couple of times, and I think we also had someone in Imperial bracket. I want to say it was Gilgal. No, not. It might have been Gilgalad. We had one player at least in Imperial who also went Goths. I
Yeah.
think 2 or 3 times.
Kind of a strong infantry civ, right?
Yeah. So they have good infantry. The big thing is their unique unit, the Huskarl. is a solid raining unit. It's quick, it's powerful, and you have a unique tech called, I believe it's Anarchy is the one that lets
And they
you,
come out so fast.
yeah, it lets you build your unique unit from barracks, which means you can suddenly be creating your civilization's unique unit from like 20 production buildings, whereas other civilizations are restricted to just their castles. And then with a strong eco behind you, you can just kind of send forward a flood of infantry to just kind of
Which we
outnumber
played a
and
team
overrun.
game
Yeah.
on one of our community nights. We had a team game where I was Gost, and one of our players was like, "I just want to do eco," and just slung me
Hmm.
so much, and it was awesome.
That's fair. Yeah.
So,
Um,
but
but yeah.
oh,
Um, Goths can get a loom not for free, but instantly. So you click it and you immediately have loom at no time cost. Although you do still pay the gold, which is an interesting. I think that's no other civ have that. Other civs have like you get this upgrade for free immediately, or you have to research and buy it. Goths have it like you have to pay for it, but you get it instantly. Um,
it could still cost you monies, but we'll just hand it to you.
yeah.
You don't have to weave it. And on the Teutonic Knight side, down in the south, we have myself, Thalion, as the Teutons, which is admittedly my favorite civ. I like playing them. They have their Teutonic Knights, they have a solid cav, and their farms are cheaper so that you can keep those going a little bit easier. Then we have in the center, we have Fire Phoenix as the Slavs. If I remember, which are they more infantry?
Yeah, they're a Halb
So,
siege civ.
so, um, I
Um,
remember she said something about why she was picking them, but I don't remember what it was. So I can't tell anyone what that was.
they do also have
And
pretty good monks. They're missing fervor, which is a tech that makes monks move faster. But I want to say it's the Slavs whose monks inherently already have a movement speed bonus. Um, I doubt we'll see monks this game, but you know, you could.
I mean, I didn't think we'd even get close to 5, and we almost got 5.
Mm.
So, oh man, that one boar lured it too far. Oh well. And then, last but not least, by any means, Dovekey as the Huns, which on this map can be really nice, not having to build houses because you are a little bit cramped to start with.
Yep.
So when you don't have to worry about that, it is rather nice.
Yep. Although
And they are also a heavy cav civ. So she can go for her favored play of that cavalry.
I will say, I think my favorite play or my favorite hack I've seen on this map is I forgot who it was, but placing the houses on the slopes just outside the palisade walls.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're reinforcing the walls without taking up that center space is kind of a win-win.
I agree. I saw that.
Very clever. As we have a bit of a scout fight going on in the north. Darkzak and Dovekey fighting, and Thalion coming in to help. So even though Darkzak was winning this, he might actually lose this. Lose a scout here. Might take out Dovekey's scout, though.
I think Dovekey's just running around.
Yeah. But that does mean if it's in circles that Darkzak will get in a hit in now and then and will take a hit of his own, but he has more HP, so he'll take out Dovekey's scout, and it looks like he'll take some HP off Thalion's scout before his own goes down.
Down, scout. I live. Okay. And let's see, we've got Bismarck King and Darkzak already up into the feudal age, and Thalion is on her way up with a horde of villagers in queue behind it. And Dovekey has clicked up.
Yeah, and Bismarcking, already very aggressive, has a forward barracks up, has his scout forward, kind of looking around Thalion's base, seeing if he can find any openings there. This is another one of those generations in hill forts where the teams are kind of more in the corner than on the sides. So you have fairly short wall offs to secure kind of the area behind the base, but also you don't have a huge amount of space behind your base. Particularly if you look at like um, Dovekey and Bismarcking, the space immediately behind their base is extremely small. And they'll probably have to stretch out to the side or forward uh,
Nordic.
in order to
Yep.
expand their eco. Yeah.
Which we can see Dovekey's already out there. She plunked a mill
Yep.
and built a farm out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. And I mean, if Bismarcking decides to go forward, it doesn't really matter if he doesn't have space in the back if he's going aggressive anyway. So we'll see what
Yep.
happens there. But yeah, we'll have to see. One other thing about Bohemians is that the fervor that I talked about earlier, the thing that speeds up the monks, it applies to the villagers for Bohemians, as well as Sanctity,
remember
which
that.
gives extra HP, which means that if you go Bohemians, you always want to build a monastery and get at least fervor to make your villagers faster, to make your eco more productive.
I was so disappointed with the placement of this blacksmith because it was one tile too close for me to put a farm right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It was in the way. Like, come on.
You know, it would create more space for farms if you deleted your TC.
It would,
True.
but
An underappreciated strat, I think.
Yeah, people don't value enough these strats, like deleting your TC for space.
I mean, I've got a mill over there, so they'd still have a place to drop off their
Exactly.
farms. So, could fit one more farm in there.
All right, we have a corner market from Darksack, so prepping for trade. Looks like, and also
Fire
getting
Phoenix
his.
has 2 militia hanging out in her base.
So she does.
Ooh, militia.
2 militia.
To militia with
Ooh, militia.
their little wooden clubs with like spikes on the.
I will conk you over the head if you try to come at me.
And their little skull caps. Castle Age coming in from Bismarcking.
There we go. Moving up.
And I think the other
Yeah, he's
players.
been really fast with his castles too.
Yeah, I think we've been seeing a lot of, well, not even just straight fast castles from him. He's been doing a lot, like even here he's added in like a barracks and an archer range. But still, definitely been quick to get up to Castle Age.
Yeah. He's just a wee bit faster than at getting up than some of us.
Yeah. Now he has also.
Hi.
Oh, have all the players
Going for the
found a
scout.
mud? I don't know.
Oh, nice snipe.
I was rather proud of that.
That's right.
Oh,
And that
Let's see,
means
who's-
that
who's
Berserk's
running
actually down to one single scout, who's kind of hanging out in the north of the map. Might actually be found by Thalion's scout here, although he would win that. Go. Although, wait, hold on. This is
Well, we've got
15
armor
HP
for
to
Thalion.
39. It's still twice the armor, twice the HP. With the uphill advantage, maybe. I think JD's would still win it just based off AP advantage, but it'd be close. And then maybe if this wolf gets in on the action, we've seen the wildlife be so aggressive. Okay, but attack upgrade coming in now as well. Yeah, and a forward TC from Bismarcking, which again is one tile further away from the stone than I want.
I guess that's just his favorite place to put it, just one tile away.
Yeah, well, for mining camps, you want it one tile away because of villagers have to move between them, and so that one tile just lets them kind of turn on the spot. However, the TC, the villagers can stand in the same space as the TC, so you don't
Yep.
need that tile gap.
Look, there's the berry bushes.
Yeah, eco upgrades coming in though. Very nice, and we'll continue to expand.
Bismarck King's still the only one in castle, but Thalion has clicked up.
Yep.
And
Got some eco upgrades
What's
missing
Dark Sack
actually.
doing?
Like Darksack doesn't have horse collar, neither does Dovekeep, and Fire
Yeah,
Phoenix missing double bit axe.
and I mean, so on a straight fast castle, you go up without. I think with this delay though, you do want it, especially with the amount of farms that you have. Now you can make an argument for building your first set of farms without horse collar and then just making sure to get it before you reseed the farms so that the second set of farms has it. Um, but yeah, as you can see from all the players, especially with there being no berries, um, this map is one that's pretty heavy on the farming approach for food eco. So horse collar is pretty important to get. Um,
Yep.
and that is actually, as we discussed, part of the reason Franks actually got picked reasonably often on this map, despite there being no berries, is that Franks get the farm upgrades, I believe, free, which is really
I don't
nice.
know how many times like I've clicked on the mill and be like, oh wait, it's already there. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah. But Teutons also, with the farms being half cost, are also a really solid pick in
First.
terms of farming eco here, because you still have a significantly reduced wood cost in comparison to others. The third civilization that gives a bonus that'd be super nice here is I believe it is the Sicilians, who each farm upgrade um, is twice as effective as it is for other civilizations. So like Horse Collar gives you an extra 75 food, I think, on the farm, and for Sicilian it gives you an extra 150 food. So your Sicilian horse collar is as much as your heavy plow for other civilizations.
We've got Bismarck King dropping a castle on a hill outside of his forward space. Thalion has dropped a TC outside her base on the gold,
and
and
another on the wood coming up. And yeah, Darksack is walling off, which actually I don't know, has he scouted this? I want to see if he scouted this. Okay, so he does know the wood line is there, so he doesn't actually need to wall all the way out to the side. He could just wall along this hill forward to the wood line and save himself some wood. But either way, walls are up, and even a tower to close off that gap as a second castle from Bismarck.
on that hill, he wants that hill. Like, this is my hill. I am the
really
king of this hill.
does.
Man at arms going for a infantry build from the Teutons.
Potentially,
Yeah.
we have what are these? Yeah, men at arms from Fire Phoenix as well at the moment. But yeah, infantry upgrades coming in from Thalion.
I wanted to make sure I had some backup for my.
You can check Castle Age
Sure.
Horse Collar off the bingo as it comes in for Darksack. As well as Vosa. And to be fair, if you out of the wood upgrade and the farm upgrade, the wood upgrade is the important one, I believe.
This is great. Now I only need a Josh for bingo.
Incredible.
Wait a second.
Well, I hate to tell you, but we are past the Dark Age on this game. Trade is being set up. Trade that is
Afraid we missed that. Oh man, Dovekey
sad.
built her castle at the base of the hill instead of on top.
Yes, although it is so the edge of the castle is already on the edge of the hill, so it still counts as being on a hill with a
Really?
bit of elevation. So at least it gets
It's like
some hill
the
bonus.
broken ground.
No, so
Is it
elevation.
like? Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's like the broken ground where if you're touching
Yeah.
even one tile,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get the full.
As long as you're touching it, you get the
Disadvantage.
bonus. Yeah. So this already does count as on a hill.
Ooh.
I'd still like it further up on the
more
hill
forward
and
castle.
possibly by those gold tiles up there. But I guess this way it is close to the gold and stone down here. So
It is protecting both gold and stone there. We've got Bismarck King dropping a third castle on a forward hill this time.
Securing some more
roll
gold.
with the castle.
Relic,
Pretty,
maybe.
pretty sure Thalion is utterly clueless about this, advancing on her territory.
Yeah, good map control coming out
Yeah.
from Berserks here, securing one side and then slowly pushing forward another. And this is something we've seen in a lot of Well, in almost every Hill Forts game is the team that manages to kind of secure the center and push forward with castles there, um, usually ends up winning the game just by map control because that also, gives you access to a lot of resources,
Yep.
and area to expand your eco.
JD plunking another castle in the center on top of a hill. Wisely. Um,
No, no monastery for Bismarcking though, by the way.
Nope.
So
Nope,
looks
I
like
don't.
that won't be coming in.
Probably not. Imperial Age, however, is on the way, and chemistry. So, fun thing about the Bohemians, another bonus that they get, is that unlike other civilizations, they can already get chemistry in Castle Age.
No, this sounds like a perfectly balanced civ. Why was it banned every game?
So they have pretty bad cavalry. They're definitely an infantry gunpowder civilization and monk civilization. They do get Cavalier, but they don't get Bloodline, which means their Cavalier have bad HP. They do not get Paladin, they do not get Hussar, they do not get the final armor upgrade for their cavalry. They have terrible cavalry. They have really good halbs, which do bonus damage against cavalry. Yeah, definitely one of those civs that a popular ban.
It's like it has some parts that are great and some parts that are less great. We've got the castle being built by one villager.
Well, like
Diligent
for
fellow.
for Blair community, it's not a great civ because we have all these cav players, and that's like the one thing that Bohemians doesn't do. But for those of us in the Blair community that aren't cav players, it's great because it has bonus damage against cavalry. Hey, I have really strong monks, which are great against knights. I have halbs, which are fantastic.
And Thalion just found out about that castle on her doorstep
Yeah.
the hard way.
Unfortunate surprise. Imperial Age is on the way for Devki as well as for the two other players. Fire Phoenix is on her way to Castle Age. And
fourth
we
DC
have
from
a
Thalion,
wolf attacking villagers in the back.
What?
Fire Phoenix market in the corner. The wolf goes down, the market goes up. Perfectly balanced, as all things should. Another castle coming forward from Dark Zack. This one also just barely on the edge of this hill to get that little bit of bonus. And moving up, we have monks.
Woo.
We have two monks on the field from Dark Zack.
He's
Those
going
knights
after
running
Alex.
into the castle now. Go for it, buddy. No.
You can do it.
He-
Just keep running.
He couldn't.
Oh,
do it.
now he's
And-
going to. He's going to try. Aw, he had murder holes.
Bismarcking's been getting murder holes pretty much immediately, it seems like, as well.
I have played Teutons sufficient times enough that I forget that
You have
I
to
have to
research.
actually get them at first. But I figured it out and started making sure that I got it.
Yep, that's one of those bonuses where, like, you play Teutons enough, you're just like, yes, my castle is miracles because I get it for free immediately. Oh,
Like,
that's
I'm good.
the Teutons. Double castle stack again here for Bismarcking, though, and this is aggressive. He doesn't have a lot of army to back it up right now. He's got 3 trebs, but he has 2 halbs to protect those 3.
To be fair, not Devki, Thalion does not have a whole lot to
Yep.
contest that.
Yeah, NJD is here with an army of crossbows, so I think they'll be able to push forward, maybe snipe this TC. We do have some siege coming forward. Oh look, guys, it's Rams. When's the last time we saw Rams?
Oh,
Does anyone
Ram.
remember?
I don't know. We just never see them these days.
They're
No one
so
ever
rare.
uses Rams.
Yeah, that
But
TC
now, since the wall is
gone.
finished, they're going to take forever to get to the other side.
Oh, not if the Trebs punch a hole in that wall.
True.
See?
Oh,
He's
man,
just
there's
trying
the
to help
forward
you.
archery range.
He just wants to
Series.
speed him up. That's all.
Alright, we have a line of castles across the center of the map for Berserks now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 castles. compared to the Teutonic
One.
Knights, 1. We have 1 castle. Oh,
Yeah.
and let's see. Oh, it's taking out a house. Or is that no? It hit the
That's
barracks.
the barracks.
And Thailand's even on her way up to Imperial without even having built a castle.
Yep.
That is sadly common. I don't
It's-
think those.
Did you lack
Uh,
this stone or? Oh yeah, you don't have the stone for it.
Yeah, I built TCs instead of a castle, and
I mean, it's not the end of the world, and right now a castle isn't going to do much for you until you can get rid of those trebs.
which, to be fair, a castle would also get you trebs. So
Yeah, but not
There
while
is
you're in
that.
Castle Age. So, at this point, you might as
Oh.
well wait until Imperial Age is in, then build a castle somewhere. But we will need
All
to see
those
more
rams.
army on the field for Teutonic Knights, to kind of maintain control. Now, Doveki is able to kind of expand in the north as she pleases.
she's just
And Elite Tarkin is coming in.
she's just doing her thing, unmolested. Fire Phoenix has got building her stuff, but we've got JD on 3 TCs and a castle. Darkstack's has he only got 1 TC still?
Yep.
Yeah, but Bismarck King's got 3,
Yeah.
and they've got their trade just moseying along.
Bismarck is pushing in. Fortified as well is coming in. However, this wall already has a hole in it, and I don't think these walls are going to go up, as there are
No, I don't
halbs
think they
and
go up.
hand cannons here to take out the villagers. And hand cannons will do quite well against Teutonic Knights, as they are very strong against
Unfortunately.
infantry.
Plus, they're slow.
Yep.
But said Teutonic Knights do a great job against the spikemen that come in. So
That is true.
it actually gives a chance for some of the wall to go up because spikes get chopped in 2 instead. And we've got some crossbowmen.
Tarkin's coming in for
Well, the
the
Tartans are coming in, but they're running through all the halves. They might be able to snipe
Trying
the
to snipe the
trebs. No, they're looping back, they're looping forward, they're pathing into the halves again and again, and they just go down.
Get one. No.
No.
Oh, they were trying to help.
And there are
They just ran into
more
the wrong
halves here from
guys.
They
the
were
dark
2
side.
mines. They didn't know where to go.
Yeah. And now, look, you have a lot of halbs on the field. You have a lot of hand cannons. This is tricky to come up against. We've seen this in the last couple games as well, where there were Bohemians on the board. I think the best answer right now would be mangonels, onagers. Take out this mass of hand cannons. Take out the halbs.
Yeah.
And then you can maybe move in. Or you just wait for all these halbs to run into the castle fire and die. That is
And-
also viable, and it is kind of happening.
As long as those
Worked
trebs
out
don't
great.
get to fire away freely.
Yeah. You just need like something to
Oh.
come in and snipe those trebs, which unfortunately there isn't much of it. Castle will put in some work though. Already has 7 kills, and just ticking up 1 kill every couple of seconds. However, that castle is going to go down to these 3 trebs.
We've got 2 more going down and behind. Two.
Next line of defense, but there's not much army here, unfortunately, and so the trebs will just push these down as well.
Oh, and a 3rd castle coming in between bases.
You have a lot of barracks.
Dovekies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Doveki's building a bunch of stables.
Doveke's building a bunch of stables, and right next to that, JD is building a bunch of barracks.
Oh yeah.
And actually, Doveke's
Castle
now
going
building a
up for Doveki.
castle and denying one of the
Halb's coming in,
stables.
though.
And Tarkin's here. We'll snipe some of these villagers.
He's trying to plunk a
Halbs
castle.
are gonna deny this
Yeah,
castle.
I think so.
And here come 3 trebs to take down the foundation.
Nope, castle went up on mine. But
Trebs on the way. Castle still being built. Villagers still here. Halb's busy with the Tarkins.
A bunch of
85%,
knights doing
I
absolutely
don't
nothing.
I don't see it
89,
happening.
90, 92,
Come on,
95,
go Castle,
What?
go!
98,
Oh, here come more vills to. Oh, it
100.
goes
It
up.
goes up, and the
The trebs aren't
Tarkin.
even set up yet.
No, the Tarkin's working away, and the Castle Fire might actually snipe these, although it's shooting the longbows first, and that gives the Trebs time to move away. However, in the meantime, Bismarcking has pushed into Thalion's base, is trebbing down everything he can find. Another castle dies.
Meanwhile, I
Thalion
have
is no TC Gaming, I think.
abandoned my base entirely.
Yeah, I was about to ask, where are those villagers? Oh, they are leaving. They are
I just
leaving,
scooped them all up and we ran.
and that means that Fire Phoenix is going to be hit next, I think. While we
Yep.
still have a super messy fight in the middle, it looks like the Trebs actually got cleared up by the Tarkans. So this castle actually stays up, and Trebs are now coming out from Dovekey, which will take out this castle from JD. However, Halbs are flooding in. There's a lot of Britain Arbs.
Got a handful of Cavalier trying to take down some of the barracks, but they're right under the castle, so that's gonna be a bit rough.
They are right under the castle, but this is the Britain castle, which does not have murder holes, as far as I'm aware. So staying right under the castle is definitely better than being further away, and the castle will go down. The castle will go down, however, this next castle is being trebbed. But the hand cannons are gone, and that means the Teutonic Knights can actually go to work. And you can see, like, this mass of halbs. The Teutonic Knights are barely taking any damage while they just rip through one halb after the next. And so even these 3 Teutonic Knights can probably deal with most of this
So
halb
much
army.
damage
And then, yeah.
till those
Oh,
dumb
you go.
hand
More hand
cannoneers
cannon.
come
Yep,
back in.
But once the hand cannons are back, the fight gets stabilizes again in favor of
Oh, I had
Bismarcking.
stone I could have reclaimed.
Doing quite well. However, some of these trebs are overextended. Might lose 2 trebs to castle fire here. And there are petards here. Interesting. Where are they going?
So there's a bunch of purple pikemen down in the center stabbing away at Dovekey's castle, which
Yep, which does not have murder holes.
I don't think she has murder holes, so
Nope.
they're actually able to just stand there and
Yep. Looks like one treb
Hey.
went down to the castles, but now the rest
Heated
are
shot
trebbing
coming
away.
in again.
Classic. A classic.
meanwhile, Theon has abandoned her space and has plugged 2 TCs in the north and is just going to town up there instead.
Ah, yes.
Fire Phoenix as well with another TC up there, just the entire team.
We have
This-
just relocated
corner.
up to the north.
Yep. And the center castle from Dovekey does end up going down. And the castle
All those
in the
villagers
south
just
are
standing
trebbed.
there. And
Elite Huskarl is coming in. We already have 23 Huskarl on the field.
And
Perfusion
Perfusion.
is coming in, which means after that he'll be able to produce them from his barracks.
And meanwhile, we've got the Berserks have untouched eco.
Yep.
Trade just moseying along,
You can see it's
having a grand old time.
260 eco units to 140, so over 100 there, and 180 army to below 50. So
And they haven't even pushed into Dovekey's base yet.
Nope.
Which is completely undefended right now.
But they're so busy over on the south trying to make sure that is entirely cleaned up, thinking that there's still. We got to take all this down.
What is this?
I've got 2 villagers still mining.
40 hand
I'm-
cannoneer?
40? Oh, no wonder everyone
46 on the
melted.
field.
Yep.
It's such a disgusting composition of units to try and fight into.
You need either well, you can try light cav and arbs. In fact, arbs in general will do quite well against this. Arbs will do decently against hand cannons. They outrange hand cannons, I believe, and have higher accuracy, and they'll rip albs to shreds.
What
Got
about
spear
don't
versus spear going down in the middle. Dark
wouldn't
Zack versus
Skirm.
Leon
Sorry.
and Dovkey.
Wouldn't what?
wouldn't skirmishers do well against a
Yes.
mix of halbs and
Yes.
hand cannoneers?
Yeah, they'll do. I think they'll do slightly. Well, skirms do get bonus
Got
damage
them.
versus halbs, but I think arbs still clean halbs faster than skirms. However, skirms will do really well against hand cannons. So
Ooh, and another castle.
also good option and cheaper than arbs. But yeah, you can see now the mass of infantry is just kind of overrunning the Tarkans that are being produced.
It was a monk attempt. I don't know if he's attempting to convert or attempting to heal.
Yeah, Scorpion or
mean-
Onager. Yeah,
The-
So
The full
Uh,
infantry lineup from
oh,
yeah.
from
So Scorpion and Onager are also options. The issue I have with Scorpion is that you need a bunch of them, and they move slow, and against fast-moving infantry, they go down pretty quick. Onagers
man.
as well. It's just the mobility that I don't
Dovkey
like.
there.
But
I'm just looking at the center fight.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys seeing this? Like Dovkey, all of her cav are being tasked right under castle fire, like their
yeah,
starting point, and they're just like running into
Oh,
those
running right
Oh,
into the
spears
halbs, yeah.
and the castle, and then she's got nothing to. She had 3 trebs
Yeah.
and nothing to protect them.
Yeah, imagine
Oh, that was rough
one
to
or
watch.
two Onager shots onto this ball of hand cannons, and they're a flat ball. They are no longer a ball of hand cannons. They're just a flat, a pancake. Same with the halbs
Splat.
Or a demo.
or a demo. They are hanging out on the shallows. Viable option. But
I think at this point, Phoenix was just like, starting to tribute her stuff to us because she's like, I've got nothing hardly going on here, so she's like, here.
well, and you can see,
Have this.
yeah, Dovkey's down to just drop below 50 villagers and rapidly decreasing, has no other units on the field. Kind of have a big mix of army here from Fire Phoenix, as we have infantry, pikes, cav archers, petards, boyars, skirmishers, scout, mangonel, scorpion, crossbow.
She's got a mangonel.
Does have a mangonel, which could potentially still do a lot of damage, even if it only gets out a single shot. But yeah,
Oh, her
Dovkey's-
cav archer's going down. Come on. Come on, will it? Will it?
all right.
Will it get a good
here
shot?
comes the siege.
Here comes the
Come on.
siege. Let's see it.
Oh, it didn't even get a shot off for mangonel. That was
Ooh.
sad.
Yeah, and that's the thing with you need to get close enough in range, and hand cannons do outrange that.
That's why I still had stone. You know, I'd forgotten that these 2 villagers on the left side corner existed, and they're just having a grand old time.
Yeah, they're like
You've got that really short trade route set up too.
getting you. Hold on, let's see how much gold this gets you. 2 gold each run.
So
That's 2
I
gold right
mean,
there. That's 2 more gold right there.
that's 2 gold.
But the red army
Second
moves
base
on.
is found though.
Yep, the north corner base has been discovered. The trebs are here. The hand cannons are here. The halbs are here. And I do believe this game's going to close. Although we do have champion coming in. Champion is going to get ripped
Yeah.
apart by hand cannons, but it will do decently against. Will do quite well against the halbs.
I think that's what I was going for. Is like if I can at least do something to these halbs.
Mhm.
Dark
Yeah.
Zack's got a swarm of Huskarls that are wandering where Dovkey's base used to be.
I guess if you have drill available, then the onagers are more viable.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, or even if you mass them up, you know, if you have like 10 onagers, then even if only 2 of them get in range, they will do so much damage that it'll all be worth it. So it becomes a numbers game. Yeah, siege engineers
We've only got 2
also for the
TCs
AoE.
left on the.
Yeah, talk about no TC gaming. 2 TCs in total for the entire team. Yeah. The other option is that you do a combination of some sort of um, cavalry and then infantry, or cavalry and bows, and then just try to pull the halbs out of position away from the hand cannons so that the cavalry
There's
can
Phoenix.
run in and just wreck the hand cannons while the halbs are busy
Wait, no,
fighting
we do
against
have 3.
infantry or Oh yeah, there's one more TC here from Dovkey. It has been
It's
found,
just right next to a castle, so you can't see it as
and you can
easily.
see Dark Zack just dropping a get out of my game castle right on this castle and TC.
Another castle from from Thalion coming up.
Yep, my little stone miners were
Oh, they've
doing a
been,
great job.
yeah, it's still 1,000 gold. Yeah, I was gonna say there's still room for another one.
At this point, we knew we were toast, but it was fun. And when it's like, this is the last game.
I believe in the comeback.
Like, like, right here, you can see the swarm of villagers. It's like, okay, this one's been found. Time to run.
Run away!
Let's go find another
Run away.
spot.
Werewolf
look, you
coming
see
in. Werewolf
You see
Trebs.
where
Oh
Thalion
no,
trying to build another TC?
Yep.
Thalion tried to convert a few vills with her monk, but
Ooh. Darksack's
died.
villagers, I don't know why they were tasked over here, but they're all gonna run into the castle fire. Human coming in.
All those villagers just standing there. Come on, guys, go build the
And the
TC.
infantry will run into the castle and die. Although there's one trip here. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of dead. A lot of dead infantry.
Look, and Dovekey is building, what are they, scouts?
Yes.
Scout cav,
Scouts.
still. A handful of scout cav from a hidden
3
little
scouts, the final
base.
3 units she has. Will
Halberdier
snipe
is
a
as
hand
well from
cannon,
Thalion.
potentially. We'll try to snipe a hand cannon. Will not snipe a hand cannon. Bad. Monk is here to heal. Do not be afraid. He will heal. Never mind.
So, yes. Oh, and the back stone miners finally got found. And the trade is going down.
And
Phoenix
I
has
believe we are.
4 units. Dovekey is none. Thalion has 26.
Yep. But still queuing up halbs. Where are these 4 villagers at though? Oh, there's still a
I
lumber
have a
camp.
whole TC, man.
They are chopping wood, and there's no military close here. These...
Walled off, just in their own little
With
world.
fortified wall, nonetheless.
Oh
Right.
boy.
A tower ready to be built. I think that's what that is.
Still, hold on. There's still some halbs here in the south that are being found. 9 of the 15
there.
halbs are in the south. I don't know where the other 6 are. There's like...
It's like-
the other 6 are here in the starting base.
Oh, and there's a wolf attacking my villager.
And there's a wolf attacking. Villagers should win this. It's an
Up in the
Imperial
north.
villager after all. 24 units left for Teutonic Knights. 23.
Don't know why I decided to build a stable instead.
2 more villagers queued.
I've got 20. I've got 20. So yes, we were definitely just going for the this is the last game of the night kind of play at this point.
Last game of
No
the
one wants to
tournament,
quit.
even.
It was.
No spies coming in yet.
Yeah, what's up with that? Alright.
I'm surprised. I thought it waited for spies. Oh well.
Well, the gold isn't there. Well, maybe 4,000 might be enough at this point. I always forget if it's a cost of 200 gold per villager, but I never remember if it takes into account your allied villagers or just enemy villagers. However, good game. Well played by Berserks taking the map control there. I think every single time that we've seen this map, whichever team takes the center control, just enemy villagers, okay, ends up winning the game. I
Yeah.
think we saw one pushback once, but usually whoever has initial center control tends to win. Um, and yeah,
I think the closest one was Teutonic Knights versus Chukanu, when there was a lot of back and forth because we both had
Yeah.
castles in the center and both had walls and stuff.
yeah,
But 7 castles from Dark Zack across the center there, 4 from Bismarck King, and 1 that's remained for JD.
yeah.
And there is 1 TC left for the
Final
Teutonic
TC.
Knights.
All right, and with that, oops, there you go. Yeah, Berserks do take this 2-0. And
Yep.
yeah, that concludes the final game of the final series, Blair Community Cup 4. Now I will say I don't know who ended up winning Castle Bracket because with the just 2 maps played and the fact that you had 5 teams and different
Yeah, it
teams
was a
played
Hello,
differently.
hello.
weird.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going good. Welcome,
I
welcome.
don't remember.
I actually was going to hop on to announce that because I have the numbers and the teams.
Oh man, he has the numbers, folks.
Got the numbers. So coming in first place for the castle bracket were the Berserks. So they won 2 of their rounds, and every other team only won 1 round. So they edged out Woad Raiders
Nice.
very, very narrowly. Woad Raiders came in second with 4 games won.
Mhm.
And then
Sounds
the other
about right.
teams were basically tied for third. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a relatively competitive bracket. And then the Imperial bracket, I think we were able to determine that the Outpost Rushers won it um, with their 2-0 versus the FC Boomers, I
Yep.
believe.
Yep.
And then I think that is all. And then I have the MVPs for both brackets.
Man.
Oh, you have
based
votes.
on the votes. So we had about close to about 16 people fill everything out. So that's pretty good. Much
Nice.
more than last year. So thanks everybody for doing that. The MVP for the Imperial bracket was actually a tie. Can y'all speculate after watching and casting some of the games who those 2 players might be?
I feel like Paxlayer should have gotten a vote in
Uh-huh.
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Paxlayer definitely is a contender up there for the amount of games he steamrolled.
He was one of the 2.
All right, all right.
Who is the second?
I know Fletcher did a lot of carrying for us as well.
Yeah. So Fletcher and Paxlayer both received an equal number of votes for the Imperial MVP. So they can split that, I guess, title or fight over it in a 1v1 to determine well. But it's funny how the 2 MVPs in the Imperial bracket were on the exact same team. So something to take note of. That's kind of good. So well played, guys. Y'all were the most voted player for your bracket. And then coming in for the castle bracket, it was actually really close between Thorin and Bismarcking.
Nice.
And I believe Bismarcking edged Thorin out by 1 vote.
One
So
vote.
just
Ooh,
barely.
man. Well,
So
congratulations to all the MVPs.
Indeed. Both of the Bismarck King and Thorin both had some very hard to counter strats going on there.
yeah, they both played really well. Just as a heads up, usually when you perform very well in your bracket, you tend to get a bump up. So practice hard for next time.
Bismarck King built a wonder.
What?
Sorry, I know this is entirely disconnected from what you're saying, but I just saw the weird thing on the map and realized the Bismarck King built a wonder.
True MVP status right there.
All right.
I like it.
Anyway, you were saying MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So well played, everybody. Thanks for the cast today, guys, and thanks, Ender, so much for taking all the days off of your busy schedule to get these games casted, so that we can have public record of them.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe within the next couple days, I'll try to get a playlist posted in the Discord of all this year's tournament games for those who like to watch on YouTube rather than Twitch. So, and then I also will be posting, hopefully within the next week. We're gonna have a community. It's not really a contest per se, but community submissions for maps for next year. So
Ah.
my hope and goal is to have all community made maps, kind of like a Hanak Ray was this year, was a brand new one. And I think there's some of them have been like modified from like previous games, like Cape of the Kraken has been modified. I think Heatstroke was some slight modification, but the goal is to have completely Blair community designed maps for next year. So what we'll probably be doing is having players or people just submit either like rough drawings, or they can go into the scenario editor and make it themselves and send a picture of it. And then what we'll do is we'll compile that and probably have a vote on the most favorite, and then we'll try to build at least a scenario file first, play them a couple times, see how people like them, and go from there.
Nice.
Well, we know what's going to be on Alpha Grip's map.
Mountain.
Just pure water.
Mountains on the edges, full of trees, and water everywhere else.
That's right.
Sounds like a sweet map.
Small island with only trees and then water.
Gonna be
Sounds like Norway.
Water Nomad, but with a starting dock.
Ooh.
Maybe some gold so you can like actually build your boats.
Not trade cogs.
Trade cogs. Okay, there you go. Wood and water. We have
That's
a
right.
plan. Oh, awesome. That sounds like a fun way to get some interesting maps going. And
That's the hope.
Yeah,
We'll see if we can get them built, but that's kind of the goal. So
yeah,
getting
And
it
it will
started early
be-
this year, and yeah,
5th anniversary, so special milestone there. So it'll be fun having the maps that will be unique to the community.
yeah.
I like the idea.
all right. Well, I just wanted to hop on to announce the winners and kind of talk about those couple housekeeping things. So, again, congratulations to the Berserks and to Outpost Rushers
Hooray!
and to everyone else who showed up and played hard and hopefully had fun. So, with that,
Indeed.
I will hop back off, guys. Y'all have a great evening, and thanks for casting.
Yep. You have a good
All
one
right.
too.
Thanks, Southpaw.
Yeah, and a big thank you also to everyone who helped create this. Southpaw already mentioned we had people scripting these maps and setting them up and testing them and coming up with ideas. We had Thalion also helping with the administrative side and I believe setting up the website and artwork, and had people involved in designating teams, scheduling, writing the handbook, coordinating, inviting people. There's a lot of work that went into this, and so thank you to anyone and everyone who helped with that. And also huge shout out and thanks to Southpaw for organizing this. Once again, I believe we all had a huge amount of fun this year. It was a great time. Really looking forward to next tournament and playing there. And yeah, and thank you guys also all for tuning in and watching, supporting the stream and hanging out, chatting. Had some really fun games. I really enjoyed casting all these and having my co-casters on to help me with that. So thanks for that, guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think with that, I am gonna go ahead and wrap up. Um, yeah, the full VOD list, or I guess will be on YouTube soon, so you can watch any sets that you missed. Really exciting stuff
Or
in there, so go check it
rewatch.
or rewatch. It's yeah, there's plenty in there that's worth a rewatch. Um, and yeah, with that, I think we're gonna close out. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Take
Good
care,
night, everyone.
everyone.